music, podcasts, the Michael Brown Show again, and more for free everywhere you go. You can stream our station on your phone, you can stream it on your laptop, and you can get us on more than 200 other devices. It's all of your favorite music, all of your favorite stations, all free on the iHeartRadio app. Download the iHeartRadio app for free. Download it today.
Sometimes good people find themselves on the wrong side of the law. The attorneys at Pollard Miller understand how devastating the consequences of a conviction can be. Whether you are dealing with a DUI, drug, or domestic violence charge, you do not want putting your case in the hands of just any Denver criminal defense attorney.
No one's on for that.
So you can see the people come on.
Oh, watching it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Call 1-800-808-0012 for a case evaluation.
Can I tell you how much my family and I love our Wind River Spa? My wife used it yesterday. I actually didn't use it because I wasn't feeling great and I didn't want to sit that close to her and get her sick. So Kristen said, I'm going to go have a hot tub. And it's just wonderful. It's that simple.
Oh, my wife's on a hot tub kick right now.
She wants one?
Colorado.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, they help you sleep.
One of the really cool things
I guess that's true. But the reason why our neighbors 2 doors down, they're in Costa Rica for a year.
When you order your Wind River Spa, you can
And
watch
our oldest daughter
you get a factory tour
is
and all that.
hosting their house for Airbnb.
Oh, okay. So she's like doing the cleaning and stuff.
She cleans it and stages it for people, and they have a hot tub down there. So when Stacy's down there, 2 doors down, and we used to own that house. I wish we hadn't sold it.
And the parts last for a long time. Made in America, high quality parts.
Airbnb.
We're at
2115 Rod Street.
Also, it's in Denver here.
20th cents. Yeah, that's the one that's 2 doors down.
Denver Stock Station,
So you has an Airbnb, huh?
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it. Our cabin is up Coal Creek Canyon.
Right. I
Airbnb.
mean, you have that.
Yeah.
So people just do regular homes for
They're getting 300 a night.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And they're booked up pretty solid already. And they just
During the
started.
weeks or just weekends or what?
You know, I couldn't answer that. I don't know. I know that they've been booked up pretty damn solid for about 4 months now since they started doing it.
Wow.
You know, housing is short in Denver, period.
So are people doing it as a visit, or?
They've been all less than a week, I guess. I don't know. I'm not real sure, but I think they've been all less than a week.
It's 300 a night, and for a week, that's.
Yeah, they can sleep about 8 people in that house though. So you get a group coming here for something, it's cheap with 8 people.
Man, I've got 4-bedroom house. I could sleep 8 too.
Yeah, there you go.
Should I do that?
I tell you what, it gets. Yeah, you get 300 a night. If you add that up compared to regular rent.
Oh yeah.
But what I've been amazed about, we were worried about the people get a rating.
Right.
You don't have to take low-rated people.
Correct.
And you can dog them down if they pull something like the big thing we're having trouble with is them smoking indoors, marijuana or vapor, and they're not allowed to. Beautiful decks and everything up there, and they're smoking indoors. It pisses us off. But,
And I can maybe see that in the winter time.
Yeah.
But
John, I am implore you to leave the sex doll conversation momentarily.
You can't put up cameras, right?
Well, I'd like to introduce another topic.
I guess you could, but our
No, I wonder if it's not illegal.
youngest daughter lives just below that house.
Mm-hmm.
She hosts it, and they walk in and smell it. So, but
Amnesty bill.
And it might be something where they smoked heavily outside and had it on their themselves.
no, because we found they
Oh.
used a ashtray.
It's gonna,
not an ashtray, but they used a saucer as an ashtray.
Okay.
Illegal aliens.
I've got
they're trying to do.
I've got one of those big
There's no way to change
ozone generators.
in the bill.
Mhm.
About an hour it takes the smell right out.
E-verify in the bill.
Those things are amazing.
The what do you call them?
Ozone generator.
Are you saying that, is that the one that little pots and stuff?
No, well they used to. The ones that had the static thing.
Yeah.
Those were a combination machines. They had a static a high voltage filter that used static electricity for particles to cling to, plus an ozone generator. Sharp Remedies used to sell those.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They were a combination air filter, ozone.
Didn't they kind of? You could smell it.
Oh, ozone has that smell of lightning, like after a rainstorm. It's not a bad smell, but it's deadly. It converts all the O2 to O3. And if you have a parakeet or something, you put it in a small room, put it in there for a few hours, you'll kill a bird.
Wow.
But it tends to kill insects too, though.
Oh, really? That's one thing in the mountains, you don't get many bugs.
No, you don't get very many bugs, but it does seem to kill them. It'll kill mice.
Moth, no, oh really? I haven't had a problem with mice.
We haven't either up there. I have a problem with hangers because they can walk right into the door. Something we learned about mice, we never bait a mousetrap.
You never bait them?
Don't even
Don't you
bother.
like put a peanut butter on?
No, don't have to. Mice are almost blind. I didn't know that. They use their whiskers.
Right.
And they walk along the edge of a wall.
But they must smell.
Yeah, they smell. But all you got to do is put the mousetrap along the edge of the wall and they'll walk right into it.
Who smells?
Mouses.
Oh, dead ones smell like shit.
Yeah. But what I was telling Dan is you don't have to bait a mousetrap. Just put it along the edge of a wall and they'll walk right into it.
I would have thought they would. And that's how they do. They walk, you're right. They walk along the edge and they use their whiskers, right?
Yeah.
Cats do the same thing.
Yeah, they walk along the edge, use their whiskers, and they walk right into them. We put them just inside the doors of the hangers because they can. There's a rubber astragal, like a bulb that goes down like this. It's real soft on a hanger. And they just push right under, just walk right in.
Okay, I'm running the head real quick.
We up?
Yeah, we're up. Everything's up.
Everything.
So, all right, Wyatt, I just got another thing on my cell phone about your putting the boxing gloves on. What did you do yesterday or the day before? I missed it.
I'll be talking about it.
Okay.
My suspicion is
I will be discussing. Man, he didn't log.
Down the road.
He did not log out of here. This is crazy.
Once again, I would just urge people to call their congressman.
Come on, Ross, you gotta log out, dude.
I don't necessarily agree with you. I mean,
How do I,
hopefully the good bill would rise to the top, but that's not really what these people are out to do. They're out.
Ross is over in the Middle East, the Far East somewhere.
I know, but he's still logged in here. He never logged out from before he left.
Okay, that can't be good.
Okay, I got him logged out.
understand.
He wrote this.
You don't need a password to log out.
Or maybe it's not Kaminsky, it's Ross Putin.
That's his
That's his Facebook?
That's his Facebook or email name.
Is it really?
Yeah, Ross Putin.
That's right.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, think freedom. But right here, you're on 630.
This is Denver's top station, 630 K-House, an iHeartRadio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW Denver.
Were you surprised that he got a written agreement from North Korea? Trump did that quick.
No, I think they had it all going on in the background, don't you?
Oh, they had most of that part of it hammered out before they got there. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't expect much for a while.
I'll be curious what this, what do you call it, report says.
Oh, that IG report? Inspector General?
AG.
The weather forecast, partly sunny and
I got a feeling
hot though with a high near.
there's some heads that need to roll.
Mostly cloudy
For what?
in Denver and 81.
For all the crap that went on during that election that was...
630 K-House.
Well, we'll see when this AG report comes out. But you know what it's going to be? It's going to be one side telling the other side it's all bullshit. Even if they can prove stuff, the left will say it's bullshit.
Oh yeah, I think they got caught red-handed.
And it could be, some of it could be. There's going to be prejudice on both sides, no matter how you look at it. They fucking hate each other, man. They hate each other.
If I was a Democrat and I was a Bernie supporter, I would have been frickin' livid.
There's no Bernie supporters. He was thinking of running again, I think.
A Bernie something. If I was a Bernie supporter, I would be frickin' livid that he never had a chance.
Did you see Washington got rid of that head tax they were going to hit Amazon and Uber with?
No.
Or not Uber, Amazon and Starbucks. So the city council passed this deal.
Why just those two? Why did they single them out?
Well, they didn't really single them out. They did it a little trickery. Over $20 million gross revenue, maybe net, I forget the exact legal language or the contractual language or the bills language. But if they did over $20 million, the company would be affected. Well, in that particular city, there was 2 or 3 companies that would be affected.
Oh, okay.
And like one of them didn't have a lot of employees because it was a head tax on employees. Now Denver has the same, but it's for every person.
Yeah,
they have a head tax. But to say only these companies will be affected. So they passed it, there was outcry, And then I guess they all came out in the last couple of days and pretty much voted to reverse it. So now they're not going to do it. I think what happened is they were threatening to leave. There's a lot of jobs out there.
Great news, everybody. Thanks to
Well, well,
live longer than you think. So you should
I don't know why this adds this class warfare thing that they feel.
Now you realize you were playing two things there, right?
your savings come up short when you need that.
Maybe three, I'm not sure.
Now, conventional wisdom says that as you get older,
The class warfare thing really upsets me. I know some truly wealthy people. They're the most giving.
and if you live longer, that could be a problem.
Some.
When you retire,
Everyone I know
you should
is.
stop working when
Of course,
you
I'm sure there's
Not
ones
just
that
for
aren't. But
inflation, but income. Financial Engines advisors have been doing that for more than 20 years for everyday Americans, and they can do it for you too. Go to financialengines.com, schedule your appointment today.
Hi, I'm Claire.
Mark is right. Mark is right. I've got like 14 of those. Then the haters came in. I had 3 haters, 14. What the fuck is Martino talking about?
The haters? I guess I'm going to hear what this was about.
Can't believe you don't listen.
Huh?
So you sent me this thing on the.
How do you not listen to the show?
I usually do, but I was at the cabin managing some teenage kids doing some horrible freaking work.
We've got to put some real pressure, guys. I mean real pressure on this apartment complex.
Right.
Daph's coming up with the info, but the fact, did they not say right to us on video, they would have a fucking statement.
And I asked her, I've asked her twice now to have they done the letter from the lawyer. She hasn't even answered either one.
You mean the woman?
Doreen.
Yeah. She is tough, I'll tell you this.
It's
Some people are hard to help.
No, most people are hard to help.
No.
Yes.
Most people?
Most.
Most people in that kind of circumstance.
I just learned it from you guys as people are hard to help.
Yeah, but some are cut and dry. A contractor takes the money.
Yeah.
The contractor's either going to do the right thing and cave to the pressure, or they're not. But it's the ones that find themselves in a situation like Doreen. But it really kills me. She was never late. She happened to be a little late, not on the rent, but signing the renewal. So now they decide to toss her ass out. It's BS.
She didn't need to sign the renewal. It automatic went to
month to month. And then that's when they decided to get rid of it. It's just bizarre.
My dad, basically, besides insurance, has been in property management we have since I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
We would have never done something like this to somebody like that.
What if you would have got $1,500 a month versus...
What
probably not. I mean, first of all, like I say, they're going to have to repaint. They're going to probably have to recarpet everything. It's going to take, and in a month, the apartment's going to be out. But it is a primo area.
Yeah. First of all, when it's an elderly person, you do not wait and hammer them with a big increase.
Well, it wasn't. If she decided to do another year, it was going up $40, and for that matter, I would have paid her $40. But they won't even let her stay in. Right. If it went month to month, it went up to what, like $11.15, Dan? It went up over $100.
She's got all that. It's on your phone there. Yeah, it went about $100 more.
Anytime we have somebody over 65 years old that's on a fixed income, and we had to increase it went with the cost of living index, because that's how their Social Security check was.
The bad thing on month, and she should have done the lease.
I think Dan had something though. Well, she should have signed it, but I think you have something for the fact that I guess that is a primo spot in the complex. Yeah. But get her another spot. Absolutely. Worst scenario, get her another spot.
Yeah. No, my dad got wealthy treating people right.
Well, you have to. You have to.
You know,
as a landlord, I mean, you absolutely. I never had any issues.
I get calls 10 o'clock at night. If something's broke, it got fixed that day.
No, like I said, I think being a landlord is actually fairly easy, unless you get a really bad tenant.
Yeah. I've been trying to buy a trailer park for fucking so long now. You just can't find a good one for sale.
Me too.
I'll go in with you if we find one.
Okay. I've been trying to find one too.
There's one in Castle Rock that is so gorgeous. I truly want to own the nicest trailer park around. The nicest. I want people to rather live there than any freaking apartment.
That one at 92nd and Pecos that does not allow anything in there but new trailers. You know, if somebody buys a trailer in there, they have to move it out. Any new leases, it has to be a new, because there's no place to put
So so it's nice.
So they're always getting brand new double wides in there.
But how long can they keep an old one in? Just as long as the lease is?
As long as they have a lease, they can keep it there.
As long as they keep it up.
Yeah, and maintain it. And that place is nice.
I think it'd be way better, 100% better than a small apartment complex. Remember the Batman shooter? Or the Joker, the fucking movie shooter, the Aurora guy. The Aurora movie theater.
Oh, yeah. Movie theater.
So you've seen my that old building I owned, the building I owned. Yeah. Right down the road was his apartment complex. That was up for sale for a little bit. It had like 8 units. It was maybe 3 stories, but it happened later on. He lived there. But I looked at that in around 2010. Man, I guarantee we could have picked that up cheap.
Yeah. You know, my mother...
I just didn't have the dough.
But my mother was an absolute expert at picking tenants. We rarely got a bad tenant.
How many units did you guys have in general? Like at the height of your parents' rental? Like
there was 12 townhouses, and there was 10 dental suites. And then there was... we had a 28th and Wadsworth, we had a dental building. We had all dentists and surgeons. Oh, God, that's a tough own.
What?
A dental building, because it has so much infrastructure, nitrous, oxygen, all that, compressed air, and everything has to have a backup. Compressor goes down every day.
Were you in there at night going... Remember on Seinfeld when the guy's working on him and he takes a hit?
Yeah, the nitrous bottles are downstairs in a closet downstairs, and
that's where Jerry was violated.
Violated.
So there's one. If you get a dentist, his daughter, the Lakewood police say she was committed suicide, and he said she was murdered.
What?
One of the calls, if you see a dentist come up, Dennis.
His name is Dennis?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one you were kind of prepping me a little bit yesterday?
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Ideal. Because, he's not coming on.
Best time to buy furnace, probably right now.
I am a professional.
I gotta tell you.
I'm provocative as well, thank you. Some people say sexy.
When I get
Dan says it.
Yeah.
When I get texts on my phone from people in Arizona, I know something good happened.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so ridiculous. It was the most absurd thing, and I still
You were getting a little upset.
Dude, I was like, he was poking me like I wouldn't believe. Then when we get off air and downstairs, he's like,
oh, really?
Yes.
See, I can't ever figure him out because he can turn it off and on like that.
I know.
The time he yelled at me.
He has taught me well.
So he was actually doing that, okay.
Troubleshooter.
Yes. Welcome to the show. You guys know what this show is. It's the only show of its kind. We solve your problems. We answer your questions. We take your complaints. We get directly involved. I, myself, am Mark Major, your provocative talk show host. I thumbed through a lot of hate mail yesterday. I had fun doing it. Actually, I say that. I had about 15 love letters. I love the love letters. Thank you. Thank you out there to the fans. In all seriousness. But I had 3 or 4 hate mails. I would call them hate mails, and we'll discuss that. Your provocative talk show host here, but I want to digress for a minute. This hour is brought to you by Ideal Home Loans, and the reason I wanted to do this one first, and I mean this, folks, the Feds raised rates yesterday. They're probably going to raise 2 more times this year. These generally and almost always affect a 30-year, 15-year, 10-year, any mortgage. If you need to refi, if you need to get into a house, get into one now. Call Ideal Home Loans. These guys are the best out there. Credit optimization, when you get the pre-approval, it is like shopping with cash. It's respected in the industry. When you have a pre-approval from these guys, Brent and the gang down there, it's great. If you're thinking of getting a house soon, call up, get locked in the rates before they go up. They have an interest rate guarantee, so if they do go down, guess what? They'll refi you for free. You can't get anything better. Call now, though. If you've been putting it off, you're thinking of buying a house, anything else, please, 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 call now. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-6900.
7000, Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000. You can also find them on our new referral list at referrallist.com, which, by the way, is a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful site. You'll love it. It's so much faster. And there is still some bugs. I do beg of you, please, 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 go try to break it. We've got a chat feature. You can log on right now. You can ask, I think Mike's watching it right now for me, but you can log on, ask any questions. Who would you use? What person should I call in this area? We're still working some stuff out. There's some bugs in the back end, but we're still working it out. And by the way, speaking of referral list, real quick, and then we'll get right to the calls. We'll get right to some follow-ups. Speaking of referral list, we have a massive, Tom and I have a massive TV and radio campaign coming out for referrallist.com. Everybody in the Denver Metro and Colorado Springs is going to be hearing it. We are going to have more commercials out there than any of the competition. We are the original list. We're the only list with teeth. And if you listen to the show, you understand. If you have an issue with one of our members, we go after them. We get it solved. They sign a code of ethics. It's very important. All right, 303-713-8255. Deputy Daff, come on up. We need to talk about Doreen when you get a minute and do an update. This is the poor, what is she, Dan? 72 years old, right?
73.
73.
Yep.
We went out to her apartment complex, and what did we think before we walked in? We both had the same fear.
That she's going to be a hoarder.
That she's going to be a hoarder, because a lot of times that's what happens.
Right.
We couldn't figure out why they didn't want to renew the lease.
Exactly.
They sent her the paperwork. The paperwork said, by this date, if you sign up for another 12 months, it's going to be this amount, which was only $40 higher. If you want to go month to month, it'll automatically default to month, but it's going to be $1,115, so it's about $100 higher.
Right.
Now, she didn't sign it quick enough, so now they don't want to let her stay.
Yep, they gave her a 30-day eviction notice.
And you can see me confronting the, well, let's just call her the woman down there, who I did not like at all. Granted, she's not the boss making these decisions, but I got to tell you how she can toss this woman out. And you can see the video when I asked her.
Jackie, yeah.
Yeah, Jackie, she wanted to ignore it. And you can also see the hoodlums out front that are probably going to be the ones trying to, or the goons. The goons out front that are going to try to probably evict her. So we need to do everything we can. We have left so many messages, but we're going to wait for Deputy Daff, and we're going to do that update. Now, the elephant in the room. Clint, get out of here. Oh, ha! Did you get that? I called you an elephant.
Never forget.
So yesterday, I got to bring this up, then we're going to jump right to the phone. So Jessica, Mitchell, Jacqueline, Steve, I promise I'll get right to you, and I'll make sure everybody gets a chance, because what I want to do while Tom's away, I literally want to get so much money in our till, it's going to blow him away when he gets back. So if you've been ripped off, you've been taken advantage of, it doesn't matter. Even if you're illegal, we'll help you out. I promise. No doubt about it. If you're not getting paid by an employer, if I don't care what it is, listen to me, I don't care what it is. If it's valid and you've been ripped off and you need help, 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255. So we had a caller yesterday. He calls towards the end of the show, and you can go to our podcast anytime. In fact, you can go to our referral list Facebook page. You can go to TroubleshooterNetwork.com, but you can listen to the podcast. You can go to our Facebook and actually watch it from yesterday. It got really heated. It was good. It was good radio. So caller calls up, and Dan, it went something like this. I was going to cut it out and literally play it this morning because it got me so fired up, but it's just too damn boring, to be quite honest. It really is. So caller calls up, and he was a little weird. He basically says, hey, all the Mexicans are taking the jobs out there. I'm a white guy, and a white guy can't get a job in the
asphalt. And it was
asphalt.
all the illegals.
Yeah, all the illegals can't get a job, or they're getting all the jobs, I can't get a job. So, I had to make fun of them. So at one point I go, wah, white guy can't get a job. That's kind of how it started.
Yeah.
Then we get another call. The other call goes something to this tune. I agree with that last caller. You know, a lot of these Mexicans are illegal, something along those lines. And Tom said, well, how do you know that? I don't think most Mexicans are illegal. And he says, well, they don't speak English. So I chimed in and I said, well, I think what they're saying, and I must agree, that basically if they're in front of a Home Depot or if they're anywhere, they don't speak any English at all and they're from Hispanic descent, there's a damn good chance they're illegal. I mean, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Then it turned into, holy hell, I can't believe it, and Martino goes off, and blah, blah, blah. So here's the reality. I stick by exactly what I said. For the life of me, I don't even understand what's wrong with what I said. Now, most of the comments we got, whether on Facebook or emails and everything, were like, yeah, I don't understand. He didn't say anything wrong. I agree with that. And one of them made a perfect analogy, which I brought up yesterday on the air. When I'm sitting at an all-inclusive in Mexico, the white guy with the most pale legs you've ever seen, I would assume they can guess I'm from America. I would think that they guess that. But there's nothing wrong with them profiling me, right?
Right.
But if I say something like that, if they're hanging out as day laborers, then I've got a problem. You know what? It doesn't even get into the issue if you're here legally or not. It has nothing to do with it. It's simply, go ahead, Dan, you're chopping.
Well, my big thing is that there's nothing wrong with it, even if because everybody makes assumptions, as long as you treat everybody the same.
Well, of course, and who cares if you're making assumptions? Clint, you've been asking about it because you got some emails. That's it. What do you think?
You know, I hire those guys all the time. I usually get one guy, get to a couple guys. One of them speaks good English, the other one doesn't. And they're some of the hardest working guys I've ever found.
See, now you're going to get in trouble because you said those guys.
Okay, well.
See, no,
yes,
that's
Clint.
how it works.
What's up with that?
Yeah, what's your problem? So all the hate mail today, please direct towards Clint. Clint, I'm kidding, of course. It's crazy. People want to be so PC, it's overrated. I had one guy email me, oh, Mark's so racist, he doesn't know he's racist. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. So I emailed him back. I said, what are you talking about? You calling me racist tells me you're racist. You think, he doesn't even know what I look like, most likely. It's just absurd. I'm sick of PC stuff. You know what I love doing, though? And I mean this. I love helping people. I don't care who you are, what it is. If you've been ripped off, yes, illegals as well, don't care. Listen to me, don't care. Call up, and we're going to do everything we can do to help you. Like Jessica, what's going on with you?
Hi there.
Hi.
So I'm going to try and be as quick as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so excited to be talking to you because my coworker and I listen to you and Tom all day, every day.
Well, we appreciate that more than you'll ever know. How can I help you?
Thank you. So in October, I was in an accident. Somebody had rear-ended me on the highway. So I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for the insurance to pay my bills, my medical bills. They did pay off my car to get it fixed.
Did you hire an attorney, Jessica?
No, because I did call a couple attorneys, and they said that it was so minimal they didn't want to take the case, which is fine. It was a minimal accident.
Well, what kind of injuries are we talking about, though, and what did they agree to pay for? Give me some specifics.
They agreed to pay to fix my car. It was just rear-ended, and it needed to just be fixed.
Got it.
The time off of work from both my jobs and my medical bills.
See, this is what kills me. You know, Fuller, did you call Fuller? You said you listen all the time. Did you talk to him on this?
You know, I'm not sure if I did talk to him about that.
I'm curious what he would say, because there's a lot of people in your circumstance where, how much were your medical bills? Give me an idea.
They honestly were not that much. They were about $250, and mostly these are the co-payments.
Yeah, you're right, so they're not going to do anything.
No.
Well, the co-payments, but generally if an attorney's in, they'd subrogate and try to get that back. I mean, your health insurance shouldn't have to ultimately pay for that. Not like I'm a fan of any insurance company, but ultimately that other driver's insurance could cover it. Did they, what kind of insurance did they have?
Liberty.
Liberty Mutual?
Yes.
See, I'm surprised. I mean, we've had Liberty Mutual in the past. We might even have them right now for an umbrella or something. You know, let's try to get Compass on, Suzanne. I want to ask them a few questions. One of the things Compass is incredible at doing, they're on a referral list at referrallist.com, but on top of that, these guys, I don't know why they do it. I don't know how they do it. But people that aren't even clients, and remember, when you are a client of them, you don't even pay anything. You pay the same amount you would pay Liberty Direct, although Liberty, I think, has a captive agency. But anyhow, these guys can get through to people and get things done. So you're looking for $250, and what else?
And just, they had said they were going to pay for the time I had off of work.
How much is that?
I'd say maybe $300. It's really not a lot.
So you're only looking for $550.
Yeah.
And the car's paid for, and you got a new car.
It got fixed.
See, this is where I wish she did contact an attorney, but I understand an attorney's going, wow, $250. All right, Jessica, hold on. We're going to try to get an expert on 303-713-8255. You know, Frank Duran, the real estate man, there's few people out there in this world that are so, God, nice.
Very nice.
I mean, he's an incredible person. In fact, I wish I was that nice. I'm not that nice. There's no doubt. I am nowhere near that nice. Frank, though, is the best realtor I've ever seen. I've used him twice. Tom's used him 3 or 4 times. Everybody's used him. He sells more homes. Here, you want real numbers? He sells like 120 homes, closes like 120 plus a year. Your average realtor is like 12 in Denver Metro. That tells you how good he does it. He sells them for more than what they're listed for. He gets a bidding war going into frenzy. But I can't, the part that baffles me, Dan, about him is how nice he is, but then he goes into the negotiating with the other realtor, and he comes out winning. He's like Trump. He literally comes out winning with this weird way of doing things.
Yeah, he's got that degree in negotiating.
He's incredible. Frank Duran, the real estate man, 303-920-1622. If you're buying or selling, Frank Duran, 303-920-1622.
Drew to put a ticket in on it?
A month ago.
You're going to see if we can get a compass on it.
It's Daphne, that's because it's one's work and they.
So that Teddy gal that called yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
That is a friend of Sherry's, the mold gal that I've been working with. The thing is I know Teddy.
Oh, my God.
She's being my Bible study.
Spots.
There's something wrong there.
Well, you know what?
Do you think all that's true? Did she live in $1 million house?
She did. I remember. I mean, I've been to her house. I don't
Who lived in $1 million house?
That Teddy yesterday with $600,000 insurance to pay.
How much does she owe on the house?
$600,000 is what she said.
How do you know her?
She was in my Bible study when I first started going to this Bible study.
Why isn't she in it anymore?
When her husband passed away, I brought food to her house. I don't know if it's $1 million house. Maybe, yeah, probably.
You know,
I would
I
say
live at 20th and Sims. It's not a real nice, well, they're big lots.
Mm-hmm.
The house across the street was just built. The cost to build it, $1.1 million. The one behind me, over $1 million. The one on either side, we're surrounded by now $1 million homes.
Well, this one here was was in it for 21 years old. It's fairly old.
Yeah, but it is a nice house.
Right. What I'm saying, but she said she had a $600,000 loan back in 2011. So if she'd been in there for 21 years, they probably refinanced a couple of there. But that's she said the loan amount was $600,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be a mansion anymore.
But here's about it. Guess what she said her payments were? $6,700 a month.
Wow. Yeah, $6,000 loan. Yeah,
I did.
No,
we pay our house off this month.
Oh, congratulations.
I know.
Did you have a 30?
No, we refinanced it for 15.
Damn it, I missed that.
After the fire, but we bought it for 400 and something, and it's worth 1.4.
Yeah, but you got a new house though.
Yes.
Well, that's right.
And we have a lot. We have an acre lot.
Okay.
Right across from Denver. I mean, it's a big space for being so close to Denver, and we are in the exclusive Greenwood Village.
I'll take it down 300,000.
Our house.
The problem with your house, Steph.
You got a fat cat.
No, the problem with your house, and I'm not kidding, you have the nicest house in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, but there are a lot
It's
of...
only because of the fire, but...
Yeah, but it's...
Or maybe not. It is the nicest, I would guess.
Yeah.
And it's the newest.
Yes. Well,
The
no,
area
it's not
is
the newest.
beautiful.
The house that was blown up that was all over the news.
That was weird.
But that's right on the highway, so that's not... And they don't have a basement.
It's not in your neighborhood?
It's in my neighborhood, yeah.
They didn't put a new house in there with a basement?
They didn't put the basement in. So stupid. And they're right on the highway. So they're they're in that side of the neighborhood.
Well, you do have that radon issue, Dan.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Absolute radar.
Thanks,
Follow
Tom.
people.
Like you said something about your mold gal. What's that about?
So she has got, there was a hailstorm, I don't know what, 4 years ago. And
People got a feel for me with all these.
they redid the roof in her condo townhome area.
Okay.
They're townhomes.
So she's got a constant leak somewhere.
And they didn't do a good job. The leak came in Well, now she's got mold so
Still
bad.
do.
Things. I have Compass Holding.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, they
I have Compass Holding, and then I also have Blinker coming in tomorrow, okay?
Oh, cool.
So,
You should,
for the guy,
did you
Jenna?
see this list?
the suicide guy is not, I tried him 6 times.
Gotcha.
He's,
Yeah.
it went to voicemail for a while.
Fighting, she's got a lawyer.
What, Mark?
She's got.
I've got the guy at Colorado Department, my cousin.
Oh man, I almost
is
walked.
the
I
guy-
almost went back in on that commercial. That's crazy.
Oh, that'd be cool.
is my cousin, literally Department of Health, and he worked radon, asbestos.
Right.
mold.
Have him go
What they,
in.
well,
I've tried everything. So
what
they're fixing it now, but she, you know.
what I've learned, mold will not grow in Colorado without some artificial means.
Exactly.
It's too dry here.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to have a constant moisture
Constant.
source.
But it's
Exactly.
the HOA
Yeah.
will not fix the problem.
Well,
And she doesn't have the money to fix it. So she's got people going in. She got kicked out of her house because it's so bad. She
We-
cannot live
we
it.
need
Her
to sue
cat died. Like her cats were sick.
So
and one of them
what's
died.
the problem?
Why
Is it
can't
a
they
leak,
fix
a
the
leak
leak?
or what?
Well, they won't fix it. Yeah, so they went up and replaced the roof after a hailstorm.
You know who I saw yesterday? We left. I went over to Buddy Mitchell's.
First time I've seen his showroom over there. Generally, if you go to Buddy Mitchell, simplyfloorsinc.com, I mean, I rather have them come shop at your house. That's what Suzanne and I did. You go to simplyfloorsinc.com. You basically put in your time that works for you. They'll make sure it's good. You just do everything on the internet. Then they show up. They have designers that come out. And you can save up to 40% on flooring. But we were doing some TV commercials for them yesterday, and I got to say, I am really impressed with their showroom down there at about 52nd and Ward. Simplyfloorsinc.com, any flooring, save up to 40%. Buddy Mitchell runs a great company, simplyfloorsinc.com. I want to go to Brian Burns, Compass Insurance. He's on our referral list at referrallist.com. Brian, we've got this question a lot. She didn't hire an attorney. And the reason she didn't, Brian, is because she only had $250 in medical bills. Liberty Mutual was the insurance company. And basically what happened is she got rear-ended. They paid for the vehicle. They paid for the car, and I guess if there was anything else related or inside the car, they paid for. But they have not paid the $250 for her medical bills, and they did not pay the $300 for her loss of work. They said they would, right, Jessica?
Yes.
But how long's it been?
I was in the accident, I believe, October 2nd.
So, Brian, we're talking 6-7 months. I'm not great at math. Hold on. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. They're 7-8 months in.
So, and Liberty Mutual is the insurance company for the person that hit you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so, what are they saying? Where are they at right now with this $500 they owe you?
I know it's.
They are saying that Kaiser has not sent them the bill. They've sent them the bills, but they need the bills to correspond with the dates that I was treated for the accident.
So it sounds like we have a paperwork issue. Brian, can you do me a solid, man? And you've done this so much time for our listeners. Can you get involved in this and just get it handled so this woman can get her freaking $550? But I've got a follow-up question. You know, she's saying that $250. Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was your deductible, right?
Yes, and Kaiser has sent me to collections over that.
See, that sucks. So now their insured hits her. Now she's in collections, but hopefully we can get that taken care of. But here's my question: if that was just her deductible and whatever she was treated for, I mean, let's face it, you can't walk into a hospital, an emergency room, a doctor's office, an urgent care for less than X amount of money now. Should they be paying the entire medical bill or just her deductible? Wouldn't they subrogate?
I would sure think Kaiser would be trying to get more than just the deductible. They don't want to pay for this. They want whoever's. That's one of the first questions they ask you when you get into the hospital. Was this a result of an accident?
Yeah, I know.
It's shocking to me that Liberty Mutual wouldn't be jumping at trying to get this thing settled and be done with it for the limited amount of money they're being asked for at this point.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to help, though.
Yeah, I have been sending emails regularly.
So, Jessica, listen, he's going to help you. I'm going to give you his number here. You're going to call him. Anytime these guys get involved, 9 out of 10 times, we've got a result within a couple days. So, Brian, do me a favor. Follow back up with me. Jessica, follow back up after that check's in the mail or the money's coming. But I'd like to hear what happens about that deductible, the $250. Brian is with Compass Insurance. The other thing I want you to do, Jessica, while you're talking to him, Liberty Mutual, Brian, am I correct? They have a captive agency, right?
Yeah, they only write Liberty Mutual.
They only write Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual has another company they own, which is just as good, in my opinion, if not better, and it's called Safeco. In fact, I have them currently.
I'm with Safeco.
Are you with Liberty Mutual or Safeco?
Safeco.
Oh, okay. You said Liberty Mutual. Oh, simply because they own it.
No, the other company. The person that rear-ended
Oh,
her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
With Safeco, she said.
I got you. She's with Safeco. We're all on the same page. But I want you to talk to Brian too about seeing if you can save some money, because same thing. 9 out of 10 times he can save you money, and I'm assuming you're not already with him, but you might be.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. He's at 303-996-9000. Compass Insurance, 303-996-9000. Brian, I appreciate it, man.
You got
Thank
it.
you.
Talk to you soon.
All right, 303-713-8255. We're going to have one line open right now. I'm not exactly the best on the phone right now. I feel a little rusty. Deputy Daff, I've got to ask you something. Mitchell, I promise you'll be next, but have we gotten through to this apartment complex? What is the name of this apartment complex that's trying to toss out the 73-year-old woman that has never been late, according to her, not even one single time on paying her rent? Dan and I went over there, by the way. The place is spotless. Absolutely spotless.
City Center Station.
City Center Station.
Yes.
And Dan, who did we talk to face-to-face over at City Center Station?
Yeah, she was the manager.
And it's in
Jackie.
Aurora, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So Jackie, the manager, told us this to our face, and you can see it on our video. When Tom put it up, he put it up kind of weird. It's up as a YouTube on Facebook. But anyhow, you just click on the link, you can see it. It's insane for this reason. She told us she was talking to her attorney, or the apartment complex attorney, when we went in there. And what did she say, Dan?
She said she couldn't talk to us about it at first. And then we brought her over there.
No, that's true. That's right. We had to go all the way back. We got this 73-year-old woman, Doreen.
Right.
We walked all the way back over with her. She was on her walker the whole bit. We have it on video.
Yeah.
We go in there. Then she would talk to us. What did she tell us?
She says she can't say anything, but she'll get a letter from the lawyer.
Yep. The lawyer will have a written statement.
Yep.
Have we had the written statement?
I've left a couple of messages, Doreen. Haven't heard as of yet.
How many messages have you left with the complex? Any, or that's all?
I haven't left any with the complex. Just Daphne has.
I have left many.
How many?
Gosh, I want to say probably 4 or 5 for the complex, and then Apartment Management Consultants, AMC, which is the covered.
They're out of a different state, though.
They're
right?
out of Salt Lake City, and then I've been leaving messages for the regional manager, Marianne Dewey, no callback.
You know, there's some things that suck. There's lots of things that suck in this world, let's face it. This is ridiculous. They promised us at least a written statement why they're tossing her out. Understand, folks, what happened was very simple. They sent her a letter saying, if you renew for 12 months, your lease is coming up. If you renew for 12 months, it'll be about $40 more. That's what she wanted to do. She didn't sign it and get it back to them on the exact date they wanted it. Then they say, whoop, too bad you didn't sign it, so now we're going to kick your ass to the curb. That's basically what they're telling a 73-year-old woman that's never been late on their rent over at City Center Station. What was her name again?
Doreen.
Doreen. No, not her. I'm sorry.
Jackie.
Jackie, the manager, looked me in the eyes and looked at and said we'd have a written statement. You know what, Jackie? You're a liar. You're a bold-faced liar that kicks old women out to the curb. I don't think it's cool. What is Jackie's number over at City Center Station? Because all I want to know is why. Are they rethinking it? Are they considering it? Are they contemplating letting her stay? Daphne, we've got to figure out something from these guys. This is one that is driving me insane. I spent time, I went out there, I made sure this woman wasn't a hoarder, there was no weird stuff, she paid all her bills on time, everything appears perfect.
No human compassion.
Why you wouldn't want... No, here's the part I don't get. This is my kind of tenant. Clint, you're in this business. You have lots of tenants. This is the perfect tenant. She has money. She pays on time. She's clean. Spotless. And she's nice as hell.
We bend over backwards to keep people like that.
So this is insane. City Center Station. Jackie. What is Jackie's phone number over there?
303-368 5908.
This is where I need help, listeners, and I mean this. This is where I literally need you to help us help her. You guys know the drill. Just ask her. Don't be rude. It's very basic. You call 303-368-5908, and you ask, why can't we even get a written statement? Why are you tossing a 73-year-old woman that's always paid on time out? Why? I'll tell you why, and I think Dan nailed it. In my opinion, this is why. Her unit is right next to the pool. It's on the ground floor, right in the courtyard, facing the pool. And I think they got it sold for more money. I think they're putting the okie doke on her. Well, at least offer her something else. At least she can't get to the second story because she's on that walker. But come on. Come on, Jackie. Get a heart. How about if that was your mom, Jackie? How about if that was your grandmother? Think about it. And I realize you're just a pawn in this entire thing, but you told me you'd get us a statement from someone and you lied to me about it. Let's try her again. 303-368-5908. If anybody can find out information, I'd love it. Now, who's the management company?
The management company is Apartment Management Consultants, but her regional manager is Mary Ann Dewey, and I have her phone number too.
Mary Ann Dewey. You know what? We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's see. She's not. How many messages have you left for her manager?
Oh, I've probably 4 a day for the last 4 days.
What are they doing? What are they doing? I don't understand. Are they hiding? Do they not have a PR company? Because I'll become their PR company. I love talking about City Center Station. If you want to go somewhere and pay your rent on time, there's a good chance if you're 1 day late re-signing your lease, they're going to kick your ass to the curb.
Mark, what updates I have is another damn property management company.
Okay.
Oh, they're the worst, and that is what Sherry is doing.
We got to do
the mold
something
company.
for
the HOA.
this lady.
They're not doing.
Yes.
They're in fact they're bullying her.
It's absolute bullshit.
They said they went up to work on it, and they put up all the.
I don't know why I'm so hot on this one.
They didn't take it down. She took video of kids climbing on it and called the police. That's when they finally took it down.
You know what upsets me the most about this? My dad actually became wealthy by being a good property manager. It's not hard to do. It's easy to do. You take care of a problem that day and it doesn't fester.
I wonder why they just don't tell us why. You know why?
Human
What are they going to do? Tell us, oh, well, we got to rent it out for more?
I think that's it.
I mean, what are they going to say? I guess in all honesty, what the hell are they going to say?
I've left 10 messages at the corporate office, and no one. Nothing. Absolutely. There are probably no less than 30 messages I've left.
I've got a guy with a hole in his asbestos ceiling. Since April 24th is when he called in.
God, there's so many spots.
Over and over and over. They
Thank God I love all these people.
They don't.
I call it property.
You see them talking
right
about
away.
Mark, did you get that email I sent you about Master Router yesterday? Somebody called into the show when I was covering for Suzanne. Her name is Lisa.
Are they on the referral list?
Yes.
Well, just when they call in, I just like having them on. Honest to God, if anybody's got any problem with the referral list member, I am fucking see-through. I want them on the air like anybody else.
Tom got in my...
Well, then I'll talk to him about it because that's what we got to do. We literally have to do it.
But what I'm saying, she said I don't even want to go on.
Oh,
what I'm saying
well, that's
is
different.
she needs to... Master Router's not...
What did they do?
So they replaced her sewage line, and now it's settling and sinking, and so she asked them to come back out and check it.
Yeah, but is it causing a belly? Is there a problem?
Yeah, it's causing a problem, and they keep saying they're going to come out, and then they don't show up.
Did you call them?
I have not.
Okay, light a fire under them.
Okay.
Find out if those are the facts first.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's causing a big enough belly, they need to
But
get out. How long ago was it?
Yesterday or day before yesterday? Suzanne?
No, when they did it.
Oh, no, it was like, I don't know.
I know, Dan, I was waiting on that.
6 months ago?
12 years ago, 3 owners back.
6 months ago or something. But
no, they're good. They're a good company.
Suzanne said to send you an email, so I sent you an email. I'm just
I didn't see it.
Okay, but they're letting a problem fester.
In fact, do me a favor. Send that to Dan to call up. Dan knows that shit in and out.
Thank God, Dan. Shit,
He's got a beer
line.
belly, so he knows all about bellies.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Basically, he's saying you're shitty.
And I got big belly.
Got the funniest thing Dan ever did was when Pro Auto was going to do the $14.95 Pro Pack with the oil change. There was only going to be like 10 of them.
And he bought all the
Before we even launched the fucking deal, he is on buying one.
Yeah, because you told me about it, so I went in there and tried it, and I called him up.
Hell yeah, what's wrong with
That's when
that?
he was first starting here. He
God,
was a virgin.
That's like me saying, hey, I want that car for $1,500. We can turn around and sell it.
Hey, did they ever pick up that car?
I'm not sure. I kind of turned it over to them to figure out. I said, let me know how it goes. I asked them to take a picture of the exchange.
If we have that happen again, something like that happen again, I'll buy the car for close to market, and then we can take the difference and put it in our fund here. You know what I'm saying? So we'd have cash in our.
Yeah, but sometimes people just need a decent car.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we have, well, I don't want to be in the cause a problem either, but I'm trying to figure out a way of growing our, so that we put some money in our fund for.
But on this car, there was a few things wrong with it too.
That's okay.
$2,000 worth. So.
Well. Yeah, but
I know she said there's new tires, but the guy said they're using new tires.
So when did that say?
So SOS went out there.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yeah.
SOS went out where?
To that car. Remember?
Oh, they sent the report. It was a good report.
I didn't see it.
It needed.
Why didn't I get this?
I thought I sent it to
you.
you.
It was my whole thing.
You should have.
Well, someone.
I just seen it. I haven't.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Well, so.
He does a pretty cool. It needed about 15. The bottom line is $1,500, and that thing was like new.
But I think
what did he say? Did the guy buy it? Did they?
Well, SOS has no idea. He just did the inspection.
But this guy that was buying it works on cars. That's why his 74 that he's still driving.
How did we choose him anyhow?
So I
through
went
his
through
family.
the list, and she went through the list,
Cute little kid.
and we both had them on the list.
Yeah.
And they have a baby, and he didn't feel safe having the baby in his 74 truck. It was.
I bet you they're the only ones that sent a
And
picture of
she
the
ended
family
up
too,
picking.
though, right?
Yeah, she ended
I think
up.
that helped, that picture.
Oh yeah.
Family picture.
Oh, yeah.
Your notebook's caught in this thing.
What do you do if a loved one dies? Now what? Think about that. Someone you love dies tomorrow. What are you going to do? First thing, you've heard probate. You've heard wills. You've heard a lot of different words out there. But I got to tell you, if a loved one dies and you're in that sudden need, I want to call it, situation, there's one person I'd call. In fact, Suzanne and I are using him. We didn't have anybody die right now, but he's doing our will. Most people only need a simple will. You might need a trust. You might need other stuff. But you want to talk to David Salisbury. And my favorite part about David Salisbury, attorney at law, he does estate planning, wills, trust, probate. My favorite part is how he bills people. Here's an attorney that doesn't say, oh, I'm $300, $500 an hour. I want a will. You tell him you want a will. He'll talk to you for free, either on the phone or in his office for a while. He'll get all the information he needs from you, and you'll say, okay, that'll be $400. And he'll give you one flat rate for him to draw up the will, or the trust, or handle a probate. That's how great he is. David Salisbury, 720-493-3911, your estate planning attorney, wills, trust, probates. He's a great guy. Of course, you can always find David on referrallist.com, 303-713-8255. Suzanne, who would you like me to go to? I will let you choose. Let's go to Mitchell. Mitchell, what do you got?
Good morning.
Good morning,
I have
Mitchell.
a question or two, and that is, I have 4 estimates for a furnace installation.
Yes.
And I've used some of your referral people.
Yes.
Now, I got a question as to when the best time to get a furnace is.
Boy, I'd say right now, because they're not, I'm telling you, most people aren't selling furnaces when it's 90 degrees. Now, I'll give you an exception to that. They call because they have an air conditioner problem. They end up needing a new air conditioner, and then they buy both at the same time. But right now would be the best. Give me an idea of the price range you've got.
Right in the ballpark is $5,000. Some people are a little less, some people a little more.
And what is that for? An 80% efficiency, a 96%? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for an 80% two-stage.
Okay.
And it's in a crawl space. So, the working time is about 4 hours.
Yeah, you've got, I mean, you did it right. So what's the, I don't care, be straight with me. Who are you looking at going with?
Right now, it's really between a company called the Heat Depot.
Yeah.
And Fix It 24/7.
Well, I'd go with Fix It 24/7. I don't know anything about the Heat Depot, but I know the guys at Fix It 24/7.
Yeah.
Is the Heat Depot a little less?
Heat Depot is going $46.15, and Fix It 24/7 is going for $51.50.
So I'm sorry, I didn't hear the 50. I heard the $51.50. How much was a Heat Depot?
Oh, Heat Depot, $46.15.
Well, have you called up Fix It and tell them, you know, the difference in price and see if they'll match it?
No, actually, I haven't done anything regarding callbacks
see if
at
they'll
all.
upgrade to the 96%. That's a big deal.
Well, here's the problem with that. If it's in a crawl space, depending on where that layout is, they got to run PVC outside to get that fresh air intake. It might be impossible.
No, it's not impossible. Actually, from what Plumline just got through, they just left here a little while ago.
How much did Plumline quote?
Plumline quote was, he was going to email it to me, but I wrote it down real quick, and it was $52.
See, what I would do, I would call, I love Plumline and I love 24 Fix It. And here's why I love them. I'm going to tell you straight up. Because they signed our code of ethics. I know the owners, I know Bob very well, and I know George very well. And they're great people. They know how to run a business, and they've done it very successfully. And both companies are so large, if there ever was an issue, they're going to take care of it. Any problem I send either of them is handled immediately. I would call them up and share that $46.50 and see which one will bite and do it, because you're going to get better, you're going to get the best service from either of them.
What about the furnace brands and stuff? Did you compare that with all of them?
Yeah, I've been actually specing out Carrier units. Only Carrier.
Is that what you had before?
No, I had a Janitrol, which lasted about 20 years.
Are you going to need an AC too, or no?
No, I actually have a swamp cooler, and I love it.
Yeah, you know what? A buddy of mine, Larry, God rest his soul, he had the biggest swamp cooler I ever saw in his little house. Man, he turned that thing on. It was like a wind tunnel, but it was the most comfortable thing in the world. All right, so that's what I do, man. You want my opinion, I would call Plumline, I would call 24 Fix It, I would share the estimate with the heat, I'd literally email it to both or scan it, fax it, however, get it to them, and say, come on, guys, I really want to use you. I talked to Mark, I really want to use one of you guys. Would you do it for this? And I would assume one of them would do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. If they won't, contact me at live@troubleshooter.com. I'm sure George and Bob are probably cussing my name right now, but you know what? I think they should. When someone calls up on the air like this, they basically just got some good free air time, so they should. They really should. Simple as that. Thank you, sir. 303-713-8255. But do you guys agree it is the best time to buy a furnace? I guess if you waited till, what, maybe another month, it might be a little warmer.
We had one go out in January. Then you got a problem.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Peaches. This one sounds interesting. Suzanne, you want me to go to Peaches?
Sure.
All right. Peaches, what is going on? And Jacqueline, I promise after the break, this is a very, very big one. Jacqueline, I've got to dive into this. You say you were jailed over a DUI and you want to sue the police department. That one's going to be interesting. But Peaches, this is crazy. You rented a car and it says here someone kept it?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Who kept it? Who? Who is it?
Supposedly my girlfriend.
All right, hold on a second. Wow, I see all kinds of different things going on there. 303-713-8255. Man, it's going to be a busy day. You know what we did last weekend? Suzanne and I had the best time. Went up to the Royal Gorge, brought our niece. Navy is her name. But we had so much fun. We went up to the Royal Gorge, and we went to an RV park. By the way, it was a beautiful RV park. Beautiful. But guess what we went in? Our brand new Georgetown coach. It's a gorgeous coach. And guess where I got it? Yes, we use all the people that are on the referral list. They not only gave me the best price that I could find, and trust me, I shop like you wouldn't believe. Suzanne, am I not the cheapest SOB walking the planet? I shopped everywhere from Florida to California and Arizona for this RV. I ended up right back here at home with our good friends at Century RV. By the way, they are the largest Cougar fifth wheel dealer in the United States. These guys move these things left and right. They barely mark them up. That's why they're the largest dealer. They also have 2 locations north of Denver, I-25, at Highway 119, and of course in Lakewood, they have that beautiful showroom. You know, just call them. Check out their website. They've got everything. They've got RVs, fifth wheels, Class A's, B's, C's. You get the idea. You ready? Write it down. 303-453-1111. Simple as that. Century RV, 303-453-1111. They're great people.
here's another Amazing Moves. It's not, their listing is not on the list.
Send me an email.
I did. This is where I need to do an audit. How many times have I said?
They are. The problem is they probably are on the list. They're not under any search
But even if you
categories.
try to search them, their name doesn't populate. Usually they do populate if their name.
I'm talking in the back end.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you want me to go down and?
No, you're fine right now.
Okay.
Peaches, you need to ask if, when she refers to her girlfriend, is that her girlfriend or just her buddy? That's my girlfriend.
I know
She's
of
not my
Peaches.
girlfriend.
Ooh.
I wonder if this is the Peaches I know. She could be my next door neighbor.
Oh, what are the chances of more than one
Her real
peach?
name is Gretchen, but she goes, just be easier to call. No, it wasn't being anonymous. She's just like, probably easier to call them Peaches.
Yeah.
Is she a dancer? Peaches is like
Professional
Angel.
name.
Like,
No, it's your
Candy.
What your porno name is your first dog and the.
Oh, really?
And the at your
Oh,
first.
dear. That would be Pete for me.
No, and
That would be what?
And the street name, your first street name. So I'm
I
Winky
can't remember.
Clayton.
I was homeless a
You
lot.
had Pete the dog?
What?
You had Pete the dog?
Yeah, I
Pete
accidentally hung
homeless.
himself.
I'd be Candy
Yeah.
Hooker.
But not under our watch. My dad lasted 2 days with this freaking dog. He's like, there's no way I could deal with the dog. Gave it to my grandparents. My grandparents had it for a couple of years. They had it tied to a tree, like a leash thing. And the dog ended up hanging himself. Probably for or something.
Who are you, Ming?
Wait a second. Did the dog know the Clintons?
Yeah, really? Did they have dirt on the Clintons?
843% chance if you have dirt on the Clintons,
I
you're
don't
going to
read that many
commit
books.
suicide.
Did you ever read the book Primary Colors about all the people that died around the Clintons?
Oh,
Still
no,
never
I believe
forget
it.
Tom's
Oh,
face
it's
when
scary.
when Ming was sitting there and I said,
Well, they're saying
Ming
that
eats
Anthony
dog.
Bourdain that just died, the chef, that he had
I like
stuff,
him.
and he
Oh, I
he
do.
was
I love
vocal
Ming.
about the Clintons, about Harry Weinstein, all that.
Weinstein.
Weinstein,
Harvey.
Harvey.
They made the
whatever.
movie.
Harv.
Harvey.
They also made a
That
movie.
sounds like a porno name.
They also made a movie, Primary Colors, but they didn't really get into that.
Oh, yeah, no,
That's
that
the
was
movie.
just him having, I
Yeah.
saw that movie.
But the book gets into all of the suspicious.
You're talking like the Whitewater stuff?
Yeah, all the people around the political enemies of the Clintons that died of mysterious and
Well,
scary.
They continue.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing they got Clinton impeached was a Whitewater thing, then they found out about Lewinsky and stuff.
Yeah.
I did not have sexual relations with that
Well,
woman,
technically,
but my cigar did.
he didn't.
He said oral sex.
Sex is not sex.
It was not sex.
Exactly, and that started a trend.
How would that work for
with
you
young
if Rick came to you and tried to explain that?
Yeah.
I don't think it would go over very well with Suzanne whatsoever.
Good point.
No.
Good point.
We were down.
So you're telling me I'm still a virgin?
We were down to Cayman Islands, and every street corner then they were selling those cigars that Clinton had. They come in a
Your
aluminum
water
tube,
over
and it
there.
looks like a damn dildo.
Oh, really?
It's big, rounded tube with a round
With
end
a
on it.
little screw top on the end.
Yeah, and whatever brand that was, every street corner there were Clinton cigars.
Dominicans.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I watched that episode last night with the Guatemalans or the Dominicans.
Of what?
On Seinfeld?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, this is
I forgot what happened is Jerry goes down there to Florida thinking he's picking up cigars, Cubans.
Cubans to make cigars. Yeah.
But there are 3 Cubans knock at his parents' door, like, we're here. He's like, you're here for what? Oh, you must have the cigars. No, we're the Cubans.
Oh.
And then they turn out not even to be Cubans. The Texan goes, you trying to pass off Dominicans as Cubans to me, boy?
I watched the second season of 13 Reasons.
Oh, don't tell me yet. I've
good.
only watched
It's actually even better
the
than
very first one.
13, that's another one.
It's
You guys
even
watched
better
it?
than the first year.
I thought the
I
first year
couldn't
was
quit
pretty good.
watching. I finished it in a week.
I did about 5 days, yeah.
Yeah.
13 Reasons?
13 more reasons now, but the original is 13 reasons.
Have you been watching that one where they
Suicide.
they come through in like a time warp in the ocean?
Yeah, I've been watching that too.
I'm probably 5 below. Yes, we were talking about Fix It 24/7.
So I got a text from them. They're going to do something. Those guys are great. Fix It 24/7. Here's what they're going to do. It's only for the first 5 people. So give them a call, but for $39, they're going to do a full AC tune-up. You know, George does this occasionally. Yeah, why? Well, it introduces him to you and your family. Then when your furnace breaks down, or your air conditioner, or you need plumbing, and I believe they're going to start doing electric pretty soon, they're going to have that little sticker that they put on that air conditioner when they come out and tune it up for $39. And by the way, that's a real tune-up. That isn't, hey, you need this and that. They come out and do a full tune-up. This is the real deal. But I want you to call George. Fix It 24/7. First 5 people only. It's the real deal. In fact, if you listen to the show, you'll hear people call all the time saying, hey, those guys came out, I can't believe it, it was too good to be true, but it wasn't. They actually did it, they put that sticker on there, and I'm going to call them whenever I need anything. So it's simple as that. That includes everything. $39 for the tune-up, 720-526-3939. And if you do need a new air conditioner or you've got it broken down, call them. They'll come out and give you a great price like that last caller said. 720-526-3939. You can also go to their website at fixmyhome.com. Now, Peaches, what in the world happened? You went out and rented a vehicle. Then what?
Actually, I was just going to drop my girlfriend off. She was going to rent a vehicle, and she had a green dot card that Hertz didn't accept.
What the hell's a green dot card?
You know, a Walmart card, a cash card.
Oh, okay, okay. So they wouldn't accept this credit card or whatever it is, so you ended up renting it?
Right.
Did you list her as a driver?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you rented it, you listed it as a driver. Then what happened? She just disappeared?
Well, I rented it. It was supposed to be her deal. I didn't even get the keys in my hand. She had the keys, took it, and
you just paid for it?
Pretty much,
But
yeah.
you signed for the responsibility, correct? And then you added her as a driver. I need to know that.
Yes, I did.
Okay, God, this sucks.
I wasn't sure. I went and canceled. I advised from Hertz to go cancel my bank card. So
Whoa. Advised from your girlfriend?
No, from Hertz Rental.
Oh, Hertz. I thought you said her. So you called up Hertz, said, hey, I paid for this. I added as her a driver. She has had the car. How long has she had it, Peaches?
She had it from March 27th to May 25th.
Oh, my God.
How long was she supposed to have it for, Peaches?
From March 27th to April 9th.
Where do you think she is? So she went from, a 14-day to 2 months.
Sounds like she turned it in, Mark.
She did. She just recently turned it in.
Oh.
This whole time, I was trying to report it stolen. And I
man.
could get no one
How much?
to take a police report.
How much are they looking for?
The bill is $3,759.
Lord have mercy. How much is that a day? That doesn't even, what is this? This is more than like I ever imagined. How much was it a day?
I don't know.
How much can you pay? I mean, here's what I think. You're
Roughly
screwed.
$60 a day, Mark.
How much?
Well, I did $37.59 divided by 60 days because it sounded like
How much
she had
is it?
about $62 a day.
I guess if you buy the insurance and whatever, that's probably about right.
Plus any penalties or
Do you
whatever.
have any money, Peaches, to pay them anything if we try to negotiate a final settlement for you?
I don't.
Well,
No,
then, okay, then how can I help you?
I'm responsible for the $760. I was wondering now, do I go after her in a civil matter for it?
Yeah, if I were, I don't give out legal advice, but if I were you, this is exactly what I would do. If you can't pay them, they're going to come after you, and ultimately it's going to go on your credit. We don't have a debtor's jail in this country, so, it's going to go on your credit, and it's going to suck. And it's going to have interest if they get a judgment. It's going to have all kinds of issues, and it's going to be there for a long time. But you can sue her, but does she have any money? You could take her to small claims court. You just show up to the judge, tell the judge what happened after you file the suit. But let's think reasonably. Does she have any money?
Okay.
Does she? I'm asking you. I don't know if she does.
I honestly don't know.
When you said girlfriend, I'm curious. Do you mean like romantically or just a girlfriend?
No, just a girlfriend.
Well, why is she screwing you over like this? I was thinking maybe you guys broke up and something like that, but if she was just a friend, what does she tell you?
Would she tell me? She told me that she was going to trade it in and get a new vehicle. She was waiting for checks to clear.
So she's giving you the...
meet me at the bank and deposit. Oh, I've got the runaround on everything.
How about if we give her a call?
Sure.
All right, hold tight. Let's do that. Suzanne, let's try to get her on. Don't spook her. I want to talk to her. Get her on the air. Say, hey, we really want to get to the bottom of this. But let's try to help Peaches out. Let's come up with something. I mean, I wonder if this other woman can do a payment plan, can do anything. But she signed for the car. I mean, she signed for it. This is like if you co-sign. I'm going to give my co-sign speech real quick. Do not co-sign for anybody. If you co-sign for a friend and they walk out, that's your loan. That's nobody else's. A co-signer is the same as the guy buying the vehicle. It's the same as the guy or person buying the house. Don't co-sign. Dan, you're looking. Go ahead. I know your story.
It's even worse co-signing because the other person has the vehicle.
Oh, my God.
You just have the loan.
Can we tell that story after the break? Just to help other parents out.
Sure.
We're going to tell a story that happened to Dan and his kid, and it's about co-signing. His kid's co-signed for somebody, but when I tell you what this kid was thinking, you're not going to believe it. 303-713-8255. We have got so much going on. Peaches, we're going to try to get that person on. Jacqueline, hold on. I want to get into this jailed over a DUI. We've got a problem with Pueblo. Gee, imagine that. And the best time, well, we'll get into that after this. My name's Mark Major. We'll be back after these messages. Today is the day.
And then this hour, we're going to hit that same thing again, Daff. We're going to blow those people up. Remember, our audience changes every 15 plus.
That's right.
Except for the haters. They listen 24/7. Yes, sir.
I'll try to see if I can negotiate with her, because they have monthly rates.
What do you mean?
They should be able to drop this. If she had it for 2 months, they should be on a monthly rate instead of the daily rate.
Yeah, but they didn't say that up
I
front.
know, they didn't.
And the thing about it is...
Well, she does. I asked her, how much money does she have if we try to negotiate a final deal?
Yeah.
You remember what she said?
Nothing.
She needs to pay it and go after her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's...
Somehow she has to get a loan.
Or, like I say, negotiate with her. But like I say, it puts her in a bad spot because they were waiting for that. They probably had reservations for that car.
Oh, her didn't do anything wrong.
I lost my job with Pepsi this morning. I
What does
tested
that mean?
positive for Coke.
How do you lose your job?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh.
I think it's funny. I tested positive for Coke.
Oh, God, that's retarded.
It's good.
Excuse me.
It's good.
Mentally slow.
What was going on this last night?
You got too much going on.
Ripples can suck it. Go away.
Man, I went to buy that bike. I was going to buy this little Enduro.
Yeah.
And they fucking sold the camo one. So I'm like, oh, my God, when are you going to have another one in?
Why would you want
He
a
doesn't
camo
know.
one?
It's not camo like you're thinking, because I don't want a bright green Kawasaki color. I want more of a darker color. It doesn't look like camo like you're thinking. It's like it's almost like squares, black and like a really deep green.
You want one that'll sell later.
That's why I don't want it dark green.
They make wrap kits. Wrap.
I'm not paying to wrap a bike.
We've had them. Remember the wrap
I
car?
could just stand next to it and rap.
I was going to tell her I can rap.
I can rap. I can rap you into the...
You know who I like now?
Who are you?
Jay-Z. Not Jay-Z. Is it Jay-Z?
Jay-Z?
God, I can't think of the name. I've had this song in my head forever now. I'll have to ask Suzanne.
Who were you dealing with on that bike? What dealership?
Victory. Vickery.
Vickery, yeah.
I bought a Victory from Vickery.
Do you have the model number and everything?
It's a
We had
Kawasaki
pizza last night.
250
It was just too hot to
Enduro. It's like a KX
You guys got a
250.
whole house fan?
Okay. Is it a KX?
If you Google it,
I know.
it's the only Enduro Kawasaki makes,
Okay.
2018.
I agree.
Enduro,
I haven't
2018.
That's a 250. They have a 650, but it's just too heavy for what I want.
It's also
I haven't
really
used
tall
my air
frame.
conditioning yet.
Well,
I have
it's
to
just
cool
I just don't want
Yeah,
it.
it's.
On Saturday.
I'll check.
If it was the same size, I'd take the 650 and
A
harder.
good friend of mine is a salesman.
Yeah,
He's
seriously,
for these
people don't use their whole
dealerships.
house
Oh,
fans for ideas.
It was,
You need to
51
windows
No.
because it's cold down in the basement. Your basement's cold. Right?
$52.99 for the camo. The green
Warms up
one's
the basement
cheaper.
a little bit and puts cool
No
air.
dealer handling.
And rolls out
$52.99
loud,
plus
saves
tax.
some fuel. That's the And talk to Jay.
This steel building shit too, man. I gotta tell you, I do not like that industry to anything about it.
It's pretty competitive.
What do you have?
Missing neighbors, condo stinks. Holy shit. Dead people?
Missing neighbors, condo stinks. Oh
No,
God.
I'm not saying shake. You have composite right there.
Dead bodies.
It's hard on that. Because it's you can look at your temperature on a hot day, 95.
This will do a
degrees in your attic.
Oh, yeah.
what's it called?
We only have 2 little attics, but both of them get really hot.
Yeah. No,
Smoking hot.
and that's why if you put a whole house fan, it blows air in there, cools it off. Whole house fan is the best.
It's the best.
The best.
The best.
Who says that on Seinfeld?
The best, Jerry. The best.
What's his name?
His name is, it's a weird name.
Yeah.
Benyon.
Benyon.
Benyon. Benyon. Benyon.
Benyon.
It's the best, Jerry. The best. Soup.
Mindy's.
Soup's not a meal. Soup.
You gotta go to Mindy's. That's an ass.
Hey, we went to Outback last night.
I know I got the invite, but too late.
Yeah. This irritates the shit out of me. I'm going to talk about it when we come back. It irritates the hell out of me. It's not just Outback, but it's a lot of restaurants give you the okie doke on one particular meal you buy. They call it one thing, but I can't give it away. Here would be an example. A half a chicken, and the fucking chicken comes, and there's no breast. It's not a half a chicken.
It's the other half.
It's the missing chicken.
That's right. It's the other half. It seems okay.
The half you get is the feathers, beaks, and the butts.
Years ago, we were at Applebee's, and I got into it with the manager.
Stand Applebee's.
I know, I haven't eaten there forever now. And anytime I go there, like once a year to show up there, dressed with like fettuccine. So I order it, and it comes, and it's one chicken breast cut in half. I said, this isn't fucking 2 chicken breasts. They said, well, I mean, I realize I said, I want my other chicken breast. So, of course, at this point, Suzanne leaves.
They probably spit on it and gave it to you.
Yeah.
Why do they call it, they say literally in the description, 2 chicken breasts.
Yeah.
Because
you know what?
It was called double chicken
the people
fettuccine.
that work at Applebee's don't, I mean, yeah, I don't know. They don't understand that is a butterfly. That's 1 chicken breast cut in half. And they're like, oh, well, now there's 2.
What sucks, though, is I could never finish 2 chicken breasts, but it's just the whole point. It's a double.
Well,
the one by us is bad, and I'm not fussy.
No.
I'll eat anything, and one by us sucks.
No.
Last time I went there, I went to order, I thought their wings were on their happy hour, so I go in, I'm waiting for my haircut, I'm going to get a beer and an order of wings. And they took off bone-in wings. All they got is boneless wings, and I hate boneless wings. They're fucking chicken nuggets.
I don't like eating.
Okay, I want to hit this old lady stuff again hard. We've got to help this woman.
Welfare check. That's what it's called when police check on these things. Welfare check.
We'll see what county it is and try to do it, if that's where it's going.
Yeah.
Tell people we want feedback if they got a hold of anybody.
You know, people will
Do me a favor too, Dan. Call or Google that Pueblo thing and let me know what the hell it is. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions,
Take your complaints, bitch a little. I got to say I do that. And, some complaining. There's other stuff going on out there. But here's what we do, and we do it the best. We work for you. We go after the bad guys. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of, just need advice. We have referrallist.com. We've got the radio show. We're going to have our TV spots popping up real quick. You don't realize referrallist.com is going to be advertised on virtually every single radio station. Every one in Denver Metro and Colorado Springs starting in April. What am I talking about? July. Starting in July. I am looking so forward to that. By the way, talking about really cool people on the referral list, Buy and Build. If you're a contractor or a homeowner, you go down to Buy and Build. You can get sinks, you can get cabinets, you can get toilets, you can get faucets, you can get flooring. You can go down into their dungeon and you can get stuff you can't even believe. I mean, weird stuff like brand new hot tubs I've seen down there. I have seen so much stuff at Buy and Build, it'll blow you away. You can go to buyandbuild.net and get a little taste of it, but I suggest you give them a call, get their hours, and go down there this weekend. You can get an entire array of cabinets that would cost you thousands at Home Depot or Lowe's for probably $500 or $600. I love doing this spot because Clint's over there shaking his head. You almost hang out there now. I mean, really, what did you get the last time you were there?
The last time I went in there, I got a really nice 3-place porch swing for $60.
Oh, man. I saw on their auction, when they had their last roller auction, a mahogany sink, a big vessel sink that had to be as big as, you know, not as big as this table we're at, but half of it. And it was gorgeous. Solid wood mahogany sink, and it went for like $300. This thing would have been thousands upon thousands. I have no room for that. I mean, you've got to have a freaking mansion to put that in your house. 303-713-8255, buyandbuild.net, buyandbuild.net, or 303-295-6022. They're great people down there. 303-295-6022. Man, we've got all kinds of stuff
Mark,
here. Yes, ma'am.
Real quick, I know some listeners are going to be wanting to hear from Peach's friend, but she ended up declining that. She
Why?
didn't want us to call. She's feeling afraid. She left state because she was feeling threatened. We are going to try to help her. Deputy Clint's going to try to help negotiate a payment plan or something.
Okay, what am I going to say? She doesn't want her to call her friend, so she doesn't. It is what it is. Her friend screwed her, but now she doesn't want to, you know, try to, what do you say? Honest to God, what do you say? Clint, I guess just follow up. You going to call her off air? Is that kind of the deal? So if you're just tuning in, Peach has basically called in the end of last hour and said, hey, I rented a car from Hertz, and I had my friend, I listed as a driver, and long story short, 2 months later, the woman returns the car. She was supposed to return it within 2 weeks, had a $3,800 bill or something very close to that, and she can't afford to pay it. She got stuck with it. The friend is nowhere to be found, kind of blowing her off. We were going to try to get her on the air. It didn't work. Joe's got a comment. We had a caller last hour, said, when is the best time to buy a furnace? What say you, Joe?
Mark, I used to be in the HVAC business. I know half a dozen owners who still are.
Cool.
Right now, any decent HVAC company is slammed. Their guys are working 10, 12 hours a day.
On the ACs.
Yep, and 10, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. They have zero incentive to deal, and they're already figuring overtime into any job. September is death for HVAC companies.
Because it's that in-between season?
Yes, and they're desperate to keep their guys working. A lot of them have to cut their guys back to 32 hours a week.
You know what, Joe? I got to give it to you 100%. You are absolutely right. I have these guys in like every 4 or 6 weeks. We'll have George and Bob in, and you're right. In those in-between seasons, as we call them, not too cold, not too hot, they will wheel and deal like crazy. You're absolutely right, man. But like right now, if it was an AC and it's broke, you're going to want it.
Right. But so what I would suggest you do is you call back Plumline Service and 24/7 say, what if I had you schedule it for September? What price would you give me for a September install? That's what he has to ask.
Good idea. Joe, you killed it, man. That was a great idea. Of course, my name's being cussed by every HVAC company on the referral list at this point, but Joe, that is great information, man. They are so busy right now, it's crazy. I know when people call for that tune-up, that's why we do only 5, and they usually get scheduled out, 3 to 4 weeks, Joe. Any other advice you'd give from being in that business forever? Hey, what do you think of this pricing everybody does now, where it's a book pricing, one set price? When you were in the business, were you more of an hourly guy, or how did you do it?
Now, we would do it by the hour. We'd look at the labor, and then we'd say, okay, what's my labor cost, and how desperate am I for the work? Are my guys busy, or are my guys slammed?
I got you.
And in September, we'll price our labor at cost in September.
Wow.
Just to keep the guys busy so we don't have to lay them off or cut their hours back.
Yep, very cool. Hey, I appreciate that. Great advice, Joe. We've got 2 lines open, 303-713-8255. Jacqueline, what is going on?
Oh, thank you for taking my call, Mark. Last July, on the 20th of July, I went up to Blackhawk because I don't have any friends or family in the area. And
so they live up in Blackhawk, or you were going up there to do a little bit of gambling?
I was driving up there. Well, I drove up to Blackhawk. I had a coupon for a free buffet. Went in at 4:30 in the afternoon, had buffet, and then went to visit my friends. And the reason that I was up there was because I'm a 3-time cancer survivor, and I get followed up at Anschutz. And they thought that I had a tumor for the 4th time, and I was going to have it removed on the 21st.
Jacqueline, how can I help you?
Well, the thing that happened was that I was leaving at 10:30 at night and going back, and I got pulled over about 100 yards out of Blackhawk.
So going down the hill?
Going down the hill.
Okay. And who were you pulled over by? Like Gilpin? Is it Gilpin? Who is up there?
No,
yep,
Gilpin. It was just outside of Blackhawk, so it was the State Patrol.
Oh, okay. So State Patrol pulls you over. So what happened?
Well, he came up and, you know, he shined the flashlight in my eyes and asked for everything. And I said I wanted to explain to him why my eyes were red, number one.
Yeah.
Because
why were they red? Because of the cancer you were talking about?
Well, I was just, you know, I was having surgery the next day. I was just barely...
Did you drink at all? Did you have anything to drink, Jacqueline?
Yes, I did.
How many cocktails did you have?
2.5.
2.5. And what were they? I'm curious.
I blew, well, I mean, we might as well just get down to it.
Yeah.
I blew a .038.
.038.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I have never had any priors, not even a parking ticket.
Got it. No priors.
No nothing.
So you blow a .038, what happens?
He turns me around and handcuffs me. And
so he arrested you for what, DWI?
I'm assuming that's what it is, and that's one of the issues that I have is I've been building a case for the last year, and I have to file by the 20th of July.
Did you hire an attorney?
I tried to. Nobody wants the case.
Well,
and I don't really
what do you mean?
know why?
You mean you don't have any money? I mean, I got an attorney that I'm going to go to in a minute that hopefully can give you some advice over the phone and answer some questions that we both have. But the reason, I guess I don't understand what you're saying when you say...
This is with regards to a civil suit that I have gone through the whole process.
Did you get convicted?
The whole thing was over. The judge, I went to the judge in Gilpin County.
Yes.
And I felt he gave me, for what it was, he was fair.
So you pleaded guilty, right?
I had to plead. You have to plead guilty to something. Can you believe that?
What did you plead guilty to?
5 miles.
Say that again? I'm sorry. Say that again, Jacqueline. I hung up on her. Dang it. She'll call back in a second. Joseph A. Lazara, I hope she'll call right back. Did you get everything up till that point?
I did.
I went to pick you up, and I didn't lock her in. Hopefully she calls back. Shoot, we have every line full, too. Anyhow, hopefully we get her back on. You know, it sounds like she pleaded...
her, Mark.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Hold on a second. Jacqueline, I am so sorry about that. Are you there?
Yes. Hi, Mark. Well, it was 5 miles over the speed limit, and I got a careless driving.
All right, so nothing to do with DUI or DWI, right?
No, but I was arrested for that, and that'll stay on my record forever. And I'm not really happy about it.
Well, when you say it'll stay on your record, are you saying, like, if I look up Colorado courts, I'll see that you were accused of that, but I would also, I wouldn't see a conviction for DUI or DWI, right, Joe?
You'd see an arrest,
I mean, all you're going to see is the arrest.
Yeah, you would see the arrest. Okay, so, I mean, people get arrested every day. But, Jacqueline, how can we help you? You said you wanted to do a civil suit against who for what?
Well, okay. I have had cancer in both breasts, so I have lymphedema.
Yes.
And my arms swell, and he didn't care whether he put them on too tight. And I ended up with swollen arms. Now, lymphedema doesn't last forever.
Okay, Jacqueline, so I really need to cut to the chase. So you are unhappy with how the officer treated you?
Exactly.
So you want to sue the county or the state, since it was State Patrol or Gilpin or whoever, because you don't like the way the officer treated you?
Exactly.
I personally, Joe, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
Thank you, Joe, for talking to me.
Yeah, I mean, the first issue is obviously, is there liability? Then, two, what are your damages?
Well,
and I think that's probably why no attorney wants to touch this part of this.
Joe, let's skip past that part, though. If you're pulled over and ultimately you plead even to a lesser charge, you're admitting guilt. Is it outrageous to think that if a police officer put handcuffs on her and because of her condition, her skin swells or her arms swell, whatever she said, and she was uncomfortable? We see videos all the time of people are treated way worse than just having handcuffs on, and I don't think that ever goes anywhere.
No, wait a minute. Just stop there for a second.
Go ahead, Jacqueline.
Because you haven't heard the whole thing.
Oh my God, Jacqueline, please spit it all out. I'll give you 30 seconds to spit it out. Go ahead.
When I was pulled over, he could have taken the person that sped by me, but he picked me out because of my car. And then when he took me out of the car, I explained to him that I was having surgery the next morning, and la la la. He didn't even pay attention to that.
So you were discriminated against?
Suzanne?
Yeah, she was asking if you were discriminated
Do you feel discriminated or profiled, you're saying, because of your car? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no.
Jacqueline, I try to be very real. My opinion on this, and it's not legal advice. I think, though, knowing John R. Fuller well enough and Joe Lazzara well enough, I doubt any attorney would want to touch it for what Joe said. What are the damages? Your feelings were hurt, you were upset, you had some other problems.
My feelings were a little bit hurt. Would you want your mother or your sister or your wife treated like I was treated the night before I was going to find out if I
No, but Jacqueline, the other thing was you were leaving a casino with a few drinks in you, and you did blow a .038. Joe, what does that mean, by the way, a .038?
Yes, exactly.
So the legal limit for a DWI is a .05.
Okay.
And then the legal limit for a DUI is a .08. So she's below that legal limit. But what the test that she referred to was a PBT, a portable breath test. So that's, if she submitted to a test on the side of the road prior to being arrested, that's a portable breath test. That's not an accurate test. It's just an indicator that there's alcohol. She would have had to submit to an actual breath test on the intoxilizer machine or a blood
All right,
test.
let's do this. I am running up. Drew's giving me the stink eye in there. So hold on a second. Joe, please hold with us. I want to come back, and I want to dive into that because she said she was arrested and handcuffed and everything. I want to see if she took an actual breath test somewhere. So you guys hold on. 303-713-8255. By the way, that's Joseph A. Lazzara. Any criminal matters you ever find yourself in. I don't care if it's your wife, your kids. I say this not really in a jokingly way, but if you had a bad day, you kicked a dog, you got into it with your neighbor, you're in a bar fight, you got a DUI, you got accused of any single crime, Joe is the best out there. And one of the reasons I say that, and I don't think he likes when I say this, but he's got the best relationships. When you hire an attorney, you want someone that's got great relationships. He knows all the DAs, he knows the judges, he knows everything. I'm not saying there's any backdoor deals, but when you have relationships and you go out with these people and you see them on all kinds of different bases, you can get deals done. Joseph A. Lazzara, the best out there. 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200.
Well, this is the thing, and I was gonna say this. These police officers get excuses out the wazoo every single time.
But I don't see any damages. I agree with Joe 100%.
Now, this.
And I asked her, what are your feelings hurt?
Standard procedure to cuff them?
I know, but .038, she should have been let go.
Well, here's the trouble. That means that if it's over that, there's a name.
Can you
for it.
call Kevin or Al and see if they
Right.
can give a cost on that line too?
If you are,
Or I can have
anything
Clint
that's,
go in there if you want.
Anything that's an impairment, like she on the roadside or something, is that they see an impairment, then it's still DWI because of the impairment.
Yeah, why not?
Then you have to have the number with it.
You're saying she's swerving around and stuff like that.
Yeah, if there's any kind of impairment, they can pull them in for it.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, did he know you? He was going to be bummed that it was you today. He said to me, he goes, I love it when Mark's here.
We had a good time. I'll never forget when that one woman called up and said, God, I'm watching David right now on the Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
and he's the most handsome man I've ever seen. And I looked at him and went,
if she just left Blackhawk and they did that, it may have not had enough time to metabolism or bloodstream by the time it can go up.
Right.
From there.
Well, they wait for people to leave there.
Oh yeah,
And
you're just a target.
You just are.
And you
gotta,
never admit that you had anything to drink, because then they can go by the impairment, not by the number.
Absolutely.
Right.
You're exactly right.
And
I'm going to ask Joe about
But
that.
her
I'm going to
eyes-
see if Joe agrees with
But
you
you
guys
know
on
what?
that.
She said her eyes were red. He may have also suspected that she was smoking some marijuana. It's legal now, so.
It's still impairment.
I know, exactly, but there's no way, they don't have a test for it.
I think they do. But I think it's
Exactly, it's not accurate.
It's not good in court.
Right.
They don't have
And
road
so that's another question.
Yeah, they do. They put out a fucking cheeseburger. You grab for it, they get you.
Mine would be Taco Bell. Oh, ooh.
good.
Hey, can you see the sneaky question?
What
To
happened
smell
to you?
pot. You want any Taco Bell, man?
Actually, we're,
Quesadilla?
Saturday up in Grand Lake, we will sit out on
I
the
hate
deck
the
and.
fact they take
You'll
the flag.
partake?
Yeah. My girlfriend says I get extremely smart. She goes like crazy. No, I'm funny, but she said that I say the most intelligent thing. She goes, I'm going to take notes. She goes, you're just brilliant. And so I said, I think you were stoned too.
Damn, Amber, you've got a hell of a good question. I'm going to ask her that. She puts, why was she drinking the night before a surgery? You're not even supposed to be eating, let alone
Exactly.
doing shots
and
or whatever.
10:30 at night. Yeah, there's a good question.
Damn good. Amber.
Damn, girl.
Thinking.
You asking some good questions.
I told you about that crazy guy called in the show.
Kevin,
and went
they
into Saturday.
returned the rental car. The rental car got back. It's just got a huge bill.
Right.
I wanted to talk to that woman. So why'd you okey doke your friend?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to.
And yeah,
I
how
didn't
long
mean
have
to
you known
okey-doke
each other? And
that
you
was,
just can't trust. Oh, you never had Dan tell his story.
That's okay.
Oh, Daphne. He just picked me
No,
in
that's
the
fine.
my wife did a
I don't
cosign.
do that.
She's really.
Oh, it's terrible.
They just
But-
never work out.
But I did everything to get my son's credit up.
I know.
Get it
I heard the
710.
story. I know you were just trying to help.
No, I wasn't.
Well,
He was. Well, he's trying to do it
Well.
for financial and to look good in front of everybody. Serious cosign's worse. It's worse than signing because the other person has the car.
Yeah.
You just have the loan.
Oh, I forgot. We got to talk about that.
My wife wants
His
to.
kid, I don't want to say it because people on Facebook will hear it now, but it's an incredible story. We went out to try to find the car, and we did find it, but it was fucked up.
Yeah. They took insurance off of it.
Jeez. All right, I'll be back, guys.
I know somebody right now that cannot retire because they're on the hook for a cosign, and they can't retire because that debt is following, chasing them.
It's terrible. And people, it sounds pretty good. Cosign. It's not really me.
It's not.
All right, we have got so much stuff. I'm just flying through it, but become the banker.
I can't put it any other way. It's a guaranteed 4% investment. You know, just add it to your portfolio or at least go check it out. Tom does a very brief, very concise video about it. If you've heard us talk about it now for months and months and months, their seminars are coming up, but just go to this website I'm going to give you and just watch Tom talk about it for about, it's so quick and concise, you'll get the idea, but it's a guaranteed 4%. It doesn't hurt to look into it. These guys are not high pressure. It is a good deal, okay? Add it to your portfolio, but go check it out. Ready? BecomeTheBanker.info. 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 303-713-8255. I need to go right back to Joe here. Joe, I don't want to keep you forever and a day. I know you're busy as hell. I've got a couple follow questions up that we were talking about over the break, but let me try to finish up with her. But do you see anything before I bring Jacqueline back up? Do these things ever work out in general, suing because you don't like how you were treated when you were arrested?
No, and you also have the governmental immunity that's kind of built in. There's some ways to pierce that.
But it's
just
tough.
Doesn't seem like it doesn't sound like she has a case unless there's something that I haven't heard.
Jacqueline, I know you don't like hearing that stuff, but I think you're just kind of wasting your time on it. But you might want to call a personal injury lawyer like John R. Fuller, but I don't know your damages. You're going to have to discuss it with
Mark,
somebody. Yes, ma'am.
You answered my question.
Perfect.
I was trying to find out about whether I had any kind of case or not. I'm not saying I was one way or the other.
Yeah.
I wanted to know where to file a claim.
Can I ask you something, though, on the up and up?
Yes, sir.
Why were you drinking the night before a surgery?
You know what? I went up there at 4:30 in the afternoon. This was 10:30 at night. I worked in the casino business for 11 years, and the only people that I knew and I needed to be around.
I understand, but generally you shouldn't. How did the surgery go?
I didn't have it the fourth time because it was scar tissue on top of a tumor.
Oh man!
But when you're faced with a recurrence, you don't just deal. I mean, I had nobody to help me.
Yeah, I understand.
I didn't call and ask anybody to help me.
Yeah, I got you.
Did what I did.
Jacqueline, I do appreciate you calling in, and I feel really bad for you as far as the cancer.
Can I say one more thing? Another
quick.
reason that I called is
Yes.
I don't believe a lot of people understand.
What?
They all go by a .08, and people don't understand that with a .038, they can throw you in jail anyway.
Well, they can because they thought you were impaired. Joe, am I correct? Well, let's put it this way. Let's say you blow to 0, but they thought you were on medication or marijuana. Joe, they can still arrest you for DW or DUI, right?
I understand that, but at the time,
All right, Jacqueline, hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to move on. I answered your question, and I realize you're upset, and I appreciate your call. Thank you. Joe, can I ask you a few questions?
You bet.
All right, number one, and people, I already know I'm going to get hate mail on this, but if you get pulled over and the cop, let's say you're coming down from Central City like she was, or Blackhawk, or wherever she was, or you're leaving a bar and the cop happened to see you leave a biker bar and you're on your motorcycle, you get the idea. So they pull you over for whatever reason. They pull you over for, let's say, weaving or blinker out or whatever reason, and they ask you this question: have you been drinking? Do you say yes? Do you say, yes, I had a couple beers? Do you say no, even if you did? What is the best answer? What do you have to say? What are you required to say in that circumstance, and what is your advice in that circumstance?
There's no requirement to say anything, but if you admit to drinking alcohol, that is an admission. It's an admission against your interest. It gives them enough information to go to the next step, which is further investigation of the DUI.
So honestly, you don't. So if they ask you, what do you say? You just say, no, I haven't, right? I'm asking you.
That's what I would say.
Okay. So if they say, well, I smell it on you, and they ask again, and they say, can I search your car? What do you say?
The same issue.
Same issue.
I wouldn't let them search my car at all without a warrant. And obviously, they can search the vehicle incident to arrest if they're going to tow it and inventory it. But otherwise, I would not be cooperative. I'd be polite, but I would simply say no.
Just simply say no. Then they would have to go get, they'd have to go get a warrant to search the car if they didn't have any probable cause, like a whiskey bottle next to you, right?
Well, let's say you're ultimately arrested for DUI. Could they search the vehicle if they were going to tow it? Yes, it's part of an inventory search.
So this is
that
weird.
Would be permissible.
What I've learned in this is really weird. I didn't know this. So if you even said, well, I just had a beer at dinner, or I just had a glass of wine, or while I was gambling, I had a drink a couple hours ago. If you admit to drinking whatsoever, you pretty much open yourself 100% up to what?
To further investigation. So
Okay.
What the police officer wants to do is determine whether or not you're safe to drive, and they may ask you additional questions regarding when you drank, how much you drank, where you're coming from. They may ask you to do some voluntary road aids. They'll definitely ask you to exit the vehicle. What they're looking for is manual dexterity, balance, all of that information, and that really dictates where they go on the investigation.
So, Joe, if someone gets pulled over during the day or in the evening, and they have your number, I always tell people, you know, you never know what's going to happen. They're either going to be falsely accused or they screwed up, and they're going to need legal representation. They're going to need a good criminal lawyer like you. So my question is, if they call the 303-429-6200 when they get pulled over, we hear, you know, when you get arrested, you get to make that one phone call. So if they call you or their spouse or their parents or whatever, and someone calls you, how long does it typically take for your office to get back to them if they're sitting in the pokey? Or generally they get bailed out? I don't know how any of this works.
Right. If we're not answering the phone and chatting with them immediately, and our staff is capable of doing that as well, we call them back within a very short period of time.
Okay. What happens if they're in the police station and they're calling from there?
If they're in the police station, so the determination whether or not to submit to a chemical test, blood or breath, you don't have that right to consult with an attorney beforehand. You have to make that decision independently. But once they are released, or if they're in the middle of being pulled over and they call us, we'll be more than happy to chat with them and give them our advice on what the steps should be.
But if they don't take it, my understanding is it has nothing to do with the criminal part of it, but DMV for the refusal can take their license for a period of time, end of story.
Yeah, at least on a refusal, at least 1 year for a refusal, and you would be eligible for a probationary license after 2 months, but you're carrying the interlock for 2 years.
But you could, but Joe, if they call you, if they did refuse, not realizing, because the police probably won't tell you, or do they tell you that if you refuse, you lose your license for a year most likely?
They don't necessarily go over all the details of what the penalties are. It is on a form called the Affidavit Notice of Revocation that you have to sign.
Oh, my God.
But that doesn't really change anything. People are not aware of that.
Have you been successful fighting the DMV portion of it to where people get to keep their license?
We have. It's a tough hearing, but we have been successful.
Man.
And we do a lot of those hearings.
All right, Joe, like all the time, I'm telling people it's very simple. If you get caught, if you did something wrong or you were just accused and you didn't do anything, and I'm not kidding, Joe does everything. He does, well, Joe, you've done people that shot police before. I mean, really, some of the stuff you've done are big cases. You do everything.
We do everything from a simple traffic ticket all the way up. And
murder.
You know, we advertise DUIs because I think that's a area that really needs somebody specialized. It's a huge area, and people really assume it's something simple that they can walk in, represent themselves, and you can't.
I think we got good information out there. I feel like we just did an infomercial, and we didn't. We were just talking during the break, and Clint said, hey, you know, the worst thing you can do is tell a cop you even had one drink, and I didn't know if he was correct or not. Joe, I appreciate it, and for anybody listening, I kid you not, put his number in your purse, your wallet, your glove box. Keep Joe's there. And if you forget it, just hit referral list and hit criminal attorneys. But Joe Lazzara, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. Joe, I appreciate that. Greg, I promise, this one's weird. Missing neighbors and the condo smells very bad. That could be really weird. We might have to get involved in that one and see if something's, you know, really bad over there. Real quick, though, K&H Home Solutions, Ted and the gang were in yesterday. They're great people. If you need new windows or sidings, K&H. Right now, Everlast Siding, $6,200 off. $6,200 off. They'll give you another 25% off your windows right now. They'll do a free upgrade to triple pane glass. If you need siding, if you need windows, I want you to call K&H. KNHwindows.com. If you get hit by hail, if you get hit by anything in the coming months, K&H Windows. 303-421-7100. 303-421-7100.
Is that what you're shaking your head at?
It comes unscrewed.
Because he's all over the place.
Did it break again, or did he take it off? This doesn't happen to Tom.
No, I break this mic every time.
It has happened one time.
It broke twice during the show. You guys.
You just shove it up there, don't you?
One time I fucking had to hold it for the whole time.
They replaced the whole thing just a week ago. The last time Mark filled in, I think Carl had to come in.
The threads are stripped on it.
Did you guys see this that Tom posted? No. Me and all my many fans. I go, LOL.
I'm going to be screwed.
No,
Here, no, I can get it. I can get it without that.
I can get Carl in if you want.
No, I got it.
You turn it back.
You go your righty-tighty, lefty.
Shut up!
That's right. That's very military.
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Yes.
What did you guys do for, I'm not even going to ask, I see all these questions I have I want to ask on there that I forget. I'm going to write them down.
Righty-tighty, you says looking for Lucy. That's what you say.
Yeah, there you go. Every time I have to tighten something, that goes in my head. Because my husband has got me
The
trained.
two answers are, have you had anything to drink? No. Where are you coming from? Bible class.
Bible class.
No, because that's the other question, is if it's a friend's house or any place you could have been drinking, they can continue on with their...
See, and what got my son is that he thought he was a lawyer, and the cop didn't have to get him out of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He thought he was a lawyer.
He did. Well, like I say, he's got his friends who says, yeah, you don't have to get out of the car.
The driver
So much for that.
Right, exactly.
Boy, the impaired law in Colorado, they can nail you for if you've had nothing to drink.
Who?
The impaired laws.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to have anything to drink or drugs in you. You can be physically impaired and still get an impaired ticket.
Well,
Tired?
if a blind man was driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously, legally blind.
Well, yeah.
That's sightist.
You have a cast. If you have a cast on your foot.
They're discriminating because of lack of sight?
The damn sight.
My sister's insurance, she had a guy that had a cast on his right foot. He got real mouthy with him, and they arrested him for impaired.
And that they should teach every high school kid is don't get mouthy.
No, Kevin, it was rented ultimately for 2 months.
Yeah, and that's what he did. He got real mouthy.
The woman did not. It was supposed to be only 2 weeks, but the woman just kept it for 2 months.
There's nothing you can do to me. Yeah, right.
And Brandon, I have no idea what the hell that comment means. I honest to God, let's not slander people. Woe per min info. What the hell's that mean?
I don't know.
Woe per min.
So Brandon put
Woe
that
per
up.
min.
He put that up before the show even started.
Oh.
I know you got to get to the stinky neighbor condo
Yeah.
who's been missing
I'm
for
going to
8
do John
months.
first.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I told John, I said, look, we got our expert. I told Kevin you take him after the break, and then.
So it's a hoarder situation.
Nobody.
Well, yeah, they said cat feces piled up. It's like nobody will do anything. The neighbor's been missing in action. They did a welfare
What
check,
can you
no
do?
dead body.
What can you do?
Well, they already did a welfare check.
It's
Are you
stinking
sure it
up
wasn't-
all the other condos. You know what that's? Don't
Who's
buy
the
a
owner?
condo.
Do you
The owner's missing.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
for
a
the owner of the
Remember that
condo.
house, and the guy was a hoarder, and they ended up finding his body under all that stuff. Is it a
Oh my
hoarding?
God! But you figured you'd smell dead body smell.
But they said
It's pretty
smell.
distinct.
Cats.
Not that I know.
No, they didn't. They didn't have a smell because it was buried in the mucky muck.
I puked in my RX-7 years ago. I had like the flu. I went to work. On the way home, I puked in the back of it. I mean, I wanted to get home so bad. It was horrible.
Couldn't open the door.
Never got rid of that fucking smell. Never got rid of it.
Ozone generator.
Peppermint
it was
oil.
It was like the
Peppermint
BO that Jerry
oil.
had in his car.
It was the BOO. Beyond BBO. Beyond body odor.
What do you think? Smell? What's the lead land on?
So those ozone generators will get any smell out.
But if how do they do that? In the air?
The
but this
smell
air-
is a bacteria. There's a bacteria. There's a.
I know, but if it's down there in the carpet.
It has a little fan and it circulates across the
Okay.
plates. I don't know, but I know that they work. You can take a cigarette smell of a car, and I think that's all chemical. I wouldn't think there was anything.
So you're saying Jerry on Seinfeld that would have got his
Yes, it would have.
because he sold his car.
Yeah,
No, he didn't sell it. He tried to get it stolen.
that's what I initially bought
He
them
leaves
for.
it.
Was stinky cars.
Peppermint oil works.
Peppermint oil work,
Oh, it was horrible.
but you smell the pepper.
I ended up giving the car away to my sister-in-law, who drove it from here. They drove out to pick it up.
Oh, I remember this.
They drove it all the way back to Georgia, one following the other. They get back to Atlanta. She fucking runs into him in their other car and ruined both cars.
Oh God.
Is that bad luck?
You sure it wasn't planned? That's one way of getting.
Hey, I need your help
Out there, all listeners, please, all troubleshooters, all listeners, City Center Station in Aurora. They want to evict this 73-year-old woman. We went out there. If you go to our Facebook page, I confronted the woman that works in the local office there at this apartment complex. Jackie, City Center Station. She said she'd get us a written statement that day. She lied to me. I still haven't got it. Jackie, you're a liar. So not only do you want to toss out a 73-year-old woman that's never been late on her rent, ever, you're a liar. And that's my opinion. You're a liar. And I don't like anything. I don't like how you're handling it. I realize you're just a peon there. I get it. You're the manager of that property. You're, 100th and 40th down in a cog that is bigger than most of us. But I got to tell you, I don't like how you're handling it. You said you'd get us a statement, put some pressure on your boss. So, listeners, please help us out here. Jackie's number, just call her up, be nice, say, where's that written statement? Why are you kicking out the 73-year-old woman that's never been late? I'll tell you why. In my opinion, it's because of this. They're kicking her out because they can get more money for that unit. That's all. That's why they're doing it. And I think it sucks. I was in this woman's apartment. It's spotless. She's not a hoarder, nothing along those lines. She's got money. She pays every month. She's on a walker. It's hard for her to get around. It's hard to move. Worst scenario, we're going to go out. We're going to help her move. We're going to help her find a new place. But the last thing she wants to do is move. Would you get a heart, Jackie? Jackie, get a heart. What's her boss's name, Daff?
Marianne Dewey.
Marianne Dewey. Is she local here, too?
She's the regional manager.
And then
yes.
What number do we have for this Marianne Dewey? Dewey nothing. Do nothing, Marianne. What is her number? How many messages have you left for a Dewey?
Probably close to 10.
10 messages, and she can't call us back. This is after Jackie, the peon, and then, of course, this other one now, the boss lady. They can't, I bet she wasn't even talking to an attorney. I bet she was lying about that when we were there. Go watch the video. And then they have some goon escort me and Dan out. I ask him if he's going to be the same goon that tosses her out on his ass, and he goes, you guys have a nice day.
He did handle it good, though.
You know what, Dan, you're right, because usually when I poke the bear like that, I'm looking for some reaction. Good. I'm looking for a good reaction. Some of the confrontations, I can generally get those things going. But, Daphne, give that number out.
720-518-2739.
One more time, folks, please call up and say, why aren't you at least getting that statement you promised days ago? And by the way, why are you kicking out this poor 73-year-old woman on a walker that you were going to renew her lease and she was a little late handing in the paperwork? We're not talking after the lease expired, by the way. We're talking months before. And on top of that, listen to this. In the paper they gave her, the original one, it said it would convert to a month-to-month if she didn't sign it, and they're still evicting her. Go ahead. One more time, Daff.
So it's the regional manager, Marianne Dewey, 720-518-2739.
So please call Do Nothing and then call Jackie as well at 303-368-5908. And Jackie's the one in the video. And I realize she's young and dumb, in my opinion. And remember, this show is my opinion, and I can have my opinion. It's called the First Amendment right, and I do have strong opinions. And, Jackie, my strong opinion on you is you're tossing out a woman, your boss is making you do it, and I don't think you should do it. I think you should fight for that woman to stay there, Jackie, and I think you should not lie to me and actually get me that statement you promised. Jackie's at 303-368-5908. And, by the way, if you ever want to find a good apartment in Aurora, don't go to City Center Station. Now, John's got a question. John, what's going on, sir?
I'm just wondering about prices on pinion bearings in a truck. I was quoted $1,500, and it seems a little high, but I'm not sure.
So it's a pinion bearing in what vehicle?
Ram 1500.
A Ram 1500. Is it all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive? What size engine?
Four-wheel drive, 5.7.
Watch how good I am. Watch this. Kevin Calkin with Sheridan Auto Tech on a referral list at referrallist.com. Kevin, what do you think? Pinion bearing, 2013 Dodge Ram 1500. He gets a quote for $1,500. What do you think?
That's a little over the top.
Oh, well, what are you thinking when you look it up?
You probably, I would say about half of that.
Half of that? John, who's quoting you that much?
Somebody out in Platteville.
Well, okay, I don't even know where that is, but if you live on top of Mount Evans, it might cost you $1,500 to have done. So why don't you go over to Kevin's place or go to Al Ramos, go to anybody on the referral list. He's saying it's about half that. That's huge.
It's about a 5-hour job with parts, about $250.
Okay, wow. Awesome, yeah. Just that helps me out a lot. I kind of thought that was a bit high. So.
Yeah, that is crazy. I wonder why that is so high, but I appreciate that, and Kevin, I appreciate it. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. Real quick, Kevin, how are you doing, man?
Doing great. Summer's here. Busy.
AC stuff left and right, tires. Everything. What are you selling down there?
A lot of everything. There's nothing one. I mean, it's the hot weather takes its toll on cars.
Yeah, it does. I remember those days, and I tell you, every time I see you in studio, I do not miss that business. I do not miss it, man. You deal with employees, you deal with customers, you deal with people every day. I did it for like 10 years, and I absolutely hated every second of it, to be quite honest with you.
Special breed, yep.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a good day, sir.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Kevin can be reached at 303-455-7242. He's with Sheridan Auto Tech on a referral list at referrallist.com. Dan's got a comment. By the way, one line open, 303-713-8255. Drew, once again, Drew, how come you're always telling me to take a break?
You never break on time.
Wait, I never break on time. I disagree. What time should I have broke?
2.5 minutes ago.
I technically was going to, but I decided against it.
Why? Because you were so far behind from your last break that you didn't break on time?
I made an executive decision to go a little longer. By the way, Lent Construction, law enforcement background, what's that mean, integrity? Lent is a great guy. I want you to call Jack up, 20 years in the construction business, licensed, bonded, insured, of course on the referral list. But here's his main deal. If you want to get your basement done, he does bathrooms and stuff, kitchens and everything. But honestly, if you want to get your basement, that is where he specializes. BestBasementsDenver.com. He'll give you a free quote. He'll come out and he kicks butt. He's got great pricing, great service, great timing, great everything. Lent Construction. BestBasementsDenver.com. Check him out or call him right now. He'll come over and give you a free quote. You can say, hey, I want it to look just like my house does upstairs, same kind of builder-grade cabinets. Or you can say, I want this, I want a man cave. Whatever it is, he'll give you the best price and he'll give you a free quote. Ready? 720-744-2885 or just search basements on the referral list. I got to tell you.
I've got to tell you.
In there.
Comment on day laborers. That must be from yesterday.
He's poking the bear.
But you don't know what the comment is.
Bear poking.
Missing neighbor.
These day labor guys, they do work some hard stuff, man.
Now, you know what?
I've had both.
2 things done. I've had shitty work done.
Yeah.
And we're on my kitchen, they were going to put in the cabinets, they did.
They
literally tore the microwave out of the wall. When I say that, they tore it out. Ruined the microwave, pulled big holes in the sheetrock, and I told them that I would have done it.
No, I don't ever hire day laborers for anything more technical than
digging.
Well, fair, but yeah, but
Make sure you have everything marked.
yeah, you make sure you got all the tools there.
If you know exactly what you want done.
Yes. And you're supervising.
Well, that's the biggest part.
Yeah, you do have to manage it. But God, I've had guys 70 years old run a pick all day long.
Did you have them weed the backyard?
Yeah.
But even there, Clint, you can have them do the pick, but you've got to tell them when to stop digging.
Well, yeah, but you know,
and you better be there.
Yeah.
Because
you have to manage their labor.
Well,
they're
just like the
non-contractors.
kids, you gotta manage
those
them.
were high school kids that I
They're
heard.
as bad as day
But
laborers.
at least they understand.
The kids have to be micromanaged.
Yes, yes.
Okay, put the shovel in, dump it. Now do that again. Okay, now do that again. You know.
Well, in my case, we dug out my crawl space, and I told them to keep at least 4 inches away from the wall coming down.
Yeah, the edge down. Yeah, did they?
You know, I like doing this without. I like doing this without guests.
Depending on the guest.
I mean, I like some of our guests are good. Like Bob Logan with Plumline is starting to jump in a lot more. But in general, here's the problem: they don't want to be controversial at all because they're also, selling stuff. Yeah. But I like it better without guests. I honestly do.
You just like us.
It also depends on the day. Some days, like on a car day, and you get all car calls. Is good.
No. I do like car. I will take that back. I do like Car Fridays.
So are the BMW, the air conditioning is not working? Down the best?
Actually, is he coming on today?
I think he's going to be tomorrow.
Who's it?
He'll be in tomorrow.
Your air conditioning is not working?
Our BMW.
They just had a couple of specials.
I know. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that in the mail. I got it. Yeah. So I thought I'd talk about that.
Just quit blowing.
I did do simply.
He probably
thinks it's the.
Yeah, but they probably have a leak though. If you don't have,
it's probably a leak in the.
Yeah. A lot of the Freon you put in now has a leak detector in it. I load Tom that little light.
When you say leak detector, what does that mean?
It has a dye in it that if you see with ultraviolet light, lights up bright.
Really?
Really?
So you can, that little thing's still in the desk down here. I don't know if it's good, but it's
You
like
have
a
it?
flashlight. You hook it on your battery, and it makes an ultraviolet
You
light.
have it? Can I borrow it?
Yeah. Well, you got to put the dye in with when you.
Oh, I thought that you.
Oh, I thought
it was
No,
already in there.
no.
Gotcha.
The Freon you put in, you can get it with oil, you can get it with dye, you can get it with sealer.
Oh.
All of them have different things, but if you put one in with dye and you have a leak, it will light up, but it helps them find it. Those guys have to use
I
a
should
sniffer.
ask him, did the Freon have dye on it?
Yeah,
Because Rick works on it. I mean, he works
Yeah.
on cars all the time.
and if you need, I've got the gauges and to check it.
I went to the chiropractor last night. Another screaming deal I took up, Mark.
Oh, the bright light?
Yeah.
You know,
I tell you, she has the nicest receptionist, and she's very smart. She's also a dental assistant.
You know, the deals to me are research that were researched. You know, I don't see anything wrong with it. With going in and taking advantage of some of these deals. It's like research to say, yeah, I went, and how's it any different me going to buy a building?
No, Mark was giving me a bad time.
I know, but I think we should.
I wish when we were doing our house, I had known about buying Bill.
I've been in there pretty regular. They don't.
Have you been up there, Dad?
I have. It's with my friend Jan.
I like places like
She
that.
was going to order cabinets, but they
Right.
kept not getting in, and they
Right
kept not
now,
calling.
they're really empty downstairs too. They're out of stock, a lot of stock.
It's just that when you go up there, now you got to fight the traffic back.
Yeah,
You know,
they were out of stock on.
Yeah,
Did you hear about
I'll
the
knock out a
highway?
couple, but I really wanted to get David up. I'll do it quick in content. Just get him up, I'll say I have a
A
question.
truck overturned at Broadway, so the road's completely closed.
Okay, let's see here.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Cam Solar is the way to go. Hey, did you hear that? I'm like a rapper. I'm a professional. Tom would be proud. Drew, did you hear that? Can you please... Tell you. Would you please... Would you please at least cut that out so I can have that later? I already forgot what I said that was so cool. But anyhow, Cam Solar is a great company. We looked forever to find a good solar company. You realize they have a 20-year bumper-to-bumper equipment and labor warranty. They're the only solar company on our referral list. What does that mean? It means peace of mind. They're not going to rip you off. If you've been looking at solar, you're looking at pulling the trigger, you want to call these guys. Now, here's the cool part about them. You can actually give them a call at this number I give you, and they can pull up your house within about 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, very quickly, and let you know if you're a great candidate for solar. They'll be honest with you. Then, of course, they can work on a quote and get you a quote usually within a day or two. They want to come out and meet you, make sure that the roof is right, make sure everything. But the cool part is if you call them right now, within a few minutes, they can give you an idea if you can save money with solar. Sometimes you save so much money, literally your cash flow goes down, even though you're buying a new system that, of course, they can finance. And by the way, you own it. It's not a lease. But your payment after the electric is there will actually go down. In other words, you're saving money day one. But give them a call. They can tell you within 20 minutes if your house is right for solar. 720-449-2935. Cam Solar. Go camsolar.com. 720-449-2935. And you can always find them on our brand new, beautiful, fast, quick, still has a few bugs, but just the most wonderful, the original referral list in the world. You like how I snuck that in? You like that, don't you, Dad?
I do like it. I wish I would have used it.
All right, Greg, this is a really strange one. Missing neighbors and the place next door stinks. Are you thinking someone's dead, or what are you thinking, Greg?
No, actually, we have not seen the neighbor for approximately 8 months, and we called Greeley Code Compliance. They came out, said there wasn't anything they could do, but they were able to look in the unit in the window and immediately call the police to come and do a welfare check.
What did they see in the window?
It is full of garbage, cat feces everywhere.
Oh, my God. So what happened? The cops show up. Did they find anybody? What happened?
Well, no, the unit was not secured, wasn't locked, so the police did go in, full face mask, gloves, went in. They said it was just absolutely disgusting. When they opened that door, I mean, we were all just taken aback by the smell that came out of there. They went to the unit, did not find a body. basically they said that there's nothing they could do because they didn't find a body.
Well, what's the owner of the condo say?
We can't find her. We have no idea where she is.
She's
the owner's the one missing.
It's
Mark.
not a renter. It's the actual
Right.
owner.
This is the actual
What's
owner.
the HOA say about it?
Well, we are the HOA. That's it. She's over $4,000 in arrears for HOA dues.
Oh, this is so interesting.
As of April 30th, she is now delinquent in taxes.
If we went out there, would I smell this from your unit? Is it that bad?
No, you wouldn't smell it. I'm actually on one of the end units, and she's in the middle of two adjacent units.
Are other people smelling it?
Yes.
Man, I am curious. Suzanne, in the background, see if we can get Siglian up. I've got a question for him on this. He's an attorney, does a lot of tenant landlord, but he does a lot of contractual. Yes, Daphne.
Remember, there on the news they had that house where the owner was missing, and they went in and did a welfare check, said they didn't find a body, and then a year later they ended up finding a body underneath the piles of trash.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
They don't look close enough.
What I'm curious what he needs to do. The legal wranglings he's going to have to deal with in order to get in there. Would the HOA at this point pay for someone to go in and basically get rid of everything?
That's what we're trying to figure out is...
Have you liened the property because of because they're so far in the rears?
Well, there are liens filed against it, and this owner kind of knows how to play the game, so she's been making small lump sum payments here and there, but this has been going on for 10 years.
What's the equity stance in it? Do you know how much?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's she owns it free and clear or if there's a mortgage on it.
So, okay, couple things. Suzanne, let's get Frank Duran on. I want him to pull an O&E on this. Let's see how much money she owes, and let's try to get Siglian on. And Greg, hold tight, man. We're going to try to help you because this one's crazy. This is one I think we should be able to at least get him answers, get him directions. This is crazy. 303-713-8255. Kendall, I promise. Grandfathering laws we'll talk about. Comment on day laborers. Dan poking the bear. And Larry's got a question from a letter.
I grew up in...
They use code enforcement, but I wonder if they use the health department.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Well, and this...
Yeah, what do you think? What would you do if this was your neighbor?
What about bugs crawling into the neighbor's...
There's a million things.
Oh, my God. But seriously, that thing in the news, they found the police went in and did a welfare check, and the welfare check is just, they don't move stuff around.
No,
They don't,
But the cops went in, I thought.
I know, the cops don't move
Death
stuff around.
smells
They
pretty
found...
bad. I mean, if you've ever smelled death,
Yes, it
smells pretty bad.
Yeah, there's no
But
mistake
they couldn't, they said that this didn't smell. It was because she was buried under the trash.
Also, after 8 months, they quit smelling.
It's the maggots eat.
Yeah, but they would have smelled it at some point.
But they're
cat
saying,
feces, I think it's
well, yeah, cat feces, no, cat urine.
stinks forever.
Yeah, feces isn't as bad as the urine of a cat.
It's hard to say.
And
yeah,
if the
where
cats
is she?
were peeing on it, the cats, if there were live cats in there and they found dead cats, the cats might have been eating her.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
They will.
disgusting.
They would have been.
That's freaking disgusting.
Oh, cats
They
will
they
eat.
only walk through and look, and that's what happened in that house that's been on the news.
See,
And then a
when
year
cat-
later, they found the body underneath.
See, it's
2
really,
years later.
It's really hard to find dead cats because they crawl under stuff to die.
Yep.
They crawl
They
back in a
hide.
hole to die and hide. So there could have been she could have died. They could have eaten her. The cats have died and they're back under stuff.
Ugh. Just.
My son he handles probate stuff down in Arizona, and they bought a bunch of these houses that somebody's died in.
Ugh.
And they clean them all up. That's about this. What I'm talking about, the ozone generator. That's what they use to get rid of the smell. Of course, they got them.
Got the person in there?
They what?
They got the person that they found in there?
Yeah, they had a guy that died, but he died in the hospital. But he left his 4 dogs in there.
His dogs eat?
No, he was gone. He went to the hospital, but he left the dogs there, and he died. And so they had that smell of dead animals again. It smells the same as a dead person. Bad.
What was that, Sunshine Cleaning? That was a movie where they got into cleaning up that.
It's a horrible smell to get rid of.
Yeah, that's true, which makes no sense.
So Comey broke protocol. Imagine that on the IG report. So yeah, the highway's still closed down.
Where's that at? The truck's turned over.
4 people hurt. It's been since it's
I-25.
yeah, near Broadway. It's been since rush hour.
Oh, northbound I-25. Oh God, I gotta go home that way.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm gonna have to take a different route.
They said they hope it opens.
I have a doctor appointment, so I can go a different way to get on Colorado Boulevard. Yeah. I'm glad he saw that, because I would have gone all the way up to 6th. And got caught in that mess.
What happened? The IG?
Comey's decision.
Did it come off?
Yeah.
Comey deviated from FBI and
DOJ.
Oh,
no shit.
They said it had a huge impact on the 2016 election.
Oh, in other words, that could mean anything.
Yeah. Well, the biggest impact they had was Bernie got burned.
No, Bernie would have been a worse candidate than Hillary.
Well, I know that. I agree.
You're in the middle Democrats like I used to be, and in a million years wouldn't have voted for Bernie.
no, what he said though, he didn't get a chance.
The fix was in.
Bernie made Obama look Republican, man.
Yeah, he did.
Wow. There's words in there like we need to stop Trump, FBI agents sending messages like that.
On Hannity this afternoon.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hannity'd be fun to listen to, too.
But that's not cool.
They're going to...
That they were trying to
so-
impact.
See, Comey wrote the darn book. That was really stupid on him and stuff. I mean,
Well, he's not the brightest.
that's not what they say. He was head of the...
No, he was a smart guy.
Yeah, but
head of the
not
FBI.
with that.
But why did he do that?
Yeah, but it drives me crazy when people, just because you disagree or whatever, you call someone stupid.
No. He wasn't
He wrote that
smart
book though
on
while he was
writing
doing
the
it.
book, and that's what
He wasn't smart on sending that one thing to that professor either. That
to release it.
Now we've got Professor and Mary Ann. We need Ginger and
Where's the skipper?
Gilligan and the skipper. No, Mark, you misunderstood what I was saying.
Listen, first of all,
Kind
I
of
have
like
never
you're
misunderstood
Mexican.
anything. Even when you're wrong, I still, in my head, correct it.
Well, we've been working overtime.
Correcting.
That's right.
And I got one clear choice.
Mm.
You haven't done one clear choice, right?
I forgot that order, bro.
Are you testing your radon right now, Daph, or are they going to
No,
wait a few days?
I think we do it this weekend.
Gotcha.
She makes up for it at home. I won't tell you how.
Saying.
He said I should get a new assistant. I said she makes up for it at home. All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind.
We're here to solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints. Hopefully entertain you a little, make your day just a little bit better. We've got an interesting one up right now. Greg has a woman who's a neighbor that's in a condo that's been missing, and the condo stinks so bad that the neighbors right around that condo can smell it. She's been missing for quite a while. We're going to dive back into that, and we've got a lot of other stuff. Grandfathering laws, Kendall, I told you I'll get to you. And then Larry, I'm not sure what that letter means, but we'll talk about that. And then Dan is apparently poking the bear on day laborers, but we'll figure that out. Real quick, though, Plumb Line Services. I talked about them a little before. I want to tell you about Fine Fixer Free Electrical. I'm going to do this real quick, but if you need something done, you've had that one outlet that's been out at your house forever, or a GFI that doesn't work, or a light switch you want switched, anything, any problem you have, ready for this. A licensed, bonded, and insured electrician will come to your home and diagnose your electrical problem. $149. Find, fix, or free. What does that mean? It means if they can't fix it for a total, including trip charge and parts, for $149, they're not going to charge you a nickel. They'll give you an estimate. Let's say you need a whole panel. I mean, I doubt you would, but let's say you needed a whole panel. They'll give you an estimate for it, and there's no trip charge, no charge. Fine, fixer free. You can't beat it. 303-586-1086. Remember, all these companies, referrallist.com, but 303-586-1086. Let's get right back to Greg. Greg, good news, bad news on this this condo thing is, the good news is I'm going to put either Deputy Daff or Deputy Clint on it, and we're going to do everything to figure it out, but our attorney's not available, and he's the one I want to ask on direction first. Which one of you two, I was going to say deputies, I use that term loosely, but which one? Clint, you want it? And I think it'd be perfect for him, Daff, and the reason I say that is he gets stuff done.
Yeah, I don't want to find a dead body.
Yeah, I know. Here's the deal, though. Honestly, Clint, he's one of our deputies. How long you been with us now, Clint? It's been a while.
Since November, right?
Yeah, since like November.
October and November.
Yeah, he's crazy good, but he's been renting stuff, and he's probably been through this kind of scenario before, Greg.
Probably.
So that's where we're going to have to leave it, unless you have any other immediate questions. So, Greg, what happens from here is when I assign someone, after the show, he's going to make some phone calls. He's going to try to figure out a direction in which way we should go. Then we'll try to implement a plan with you.
Excellent. Yeah, I can update him on everything that we've done so far. And
yep, that'd be great. Suzanne, do we have all of Greg's info back there?
We sure do.
Rock and roll. All right, Greg, I appreciate it, sir. Clint will be calling you soon, all right, man?
Good. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. 303-713-8255. It's simple as that. Hopefully we'll solve that. When Martino gets back, I'm going to go down the list of everything we solved while they're gone, and the one I really hope I can report back, man, and it's killing me, is this poor 73-year-old lady getting booted from City Center Station Apartments in Aurora. You know, who's the boss lady over there? Her name,
Jackie? Marianne Dewey.
Marianne Do Nothing is the boss lady of Jackie, who promised me a written statement while we were there. And, of course, that was days ago. We have nothing. You can watch the video. Go to referrallist.com. When Tom posted it, he kind of screwed up. He put the video up as a YouTube or something along those lines, but you can get to it. You go to Referral List, or you can go to our YouTube station and watch it. But she said numerous times to the poor caller, the 73-year-old Doreen, myself, and Dan, that they would absolutely get us a statement while they're evicting and getting rid of a 73-year-old woman on a walker that's never been late. They actually gave her the option to renew. She was going to do it. She was a little late actually signing it. And that's what happens. I just don't understand it. Have a heart, people down there. Have a heart at City Center Station. And don't lie to me. Don't tell me you're going to get us a written statement. We still don't even know why you're booting her. You won't even tell us. No statement, nothing. Why? Dan, what do you make of it? It's really upsetting.
I think they went for the bigger rent because she has a nice apartment, great location.
Spotless apartment.
Yeah.
Spotless. There's no hoarding. Sometimes when we go out to these things, the reason I bring that up is I've walked into issues where they're getting evicted or something, and I walk in, and the place is absolutely unbelievable, and I understand why they want them out. Good, bad, or indifferent, I'd probably want them out, too, if the apartment's getting
abused.
Abused, yeah.
But, Mark, I have also got her in contact with Colorado Gerontological Society. I hope I didn't mess that up. They're going to help, work with her, hopefully, and they work with elderly people.
Well, that's great.
Legal housing, all kinds of stuff.
Well, that's great, and she does have money. We're not dealing with someone on Section 8 or something. There's lots of alternatives, but she was paying $1,000, $1,100 a month. She wants something in Aurora if you're an apartment complex. It's got to be bottom floor because she's on a walker and just a nice place.
But in this market, it's not
getting
that
better.
easy.
You're right, but it's getting
so.
better. Well, you see all these places coming online now. They're everywhere.
But when you call, they're not there.
Well, she's got a good record. She's as clean as it gets. She's always on time. She's the perfect tenant, in my opinion. And these people, in my opinion, at City Center Station are doing the wrong thing. You're heartless. You're heartless over there. And you guys are liars, too, because you promised me you'd get us that written statement, and you lied. We haven't had one. And when you do have it ready, it's very simple. live@troubleshooter.com. You just email it. That email works on and off the air, by the way. live@troubleshooter.com. Daphne, try to call them again. In fact, folks, please, be the troubleshooter. Do me a favor, call this number and just ask, why are you kicking out the 73-year-old woman? I'd really appreciate it. Leave a message. Be nice, that's it. I just want to know. They promised us something and they're not doing it, and they're kicking her out. 303-368-5908. 303-368-5908. Promise me, though, that you'll be good when you call. All right, let's see here. Suzanne, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where am I going?
I'd probably go to line 4.
Line 4. Kendall, you've been holding for a while. I appreciate that. Kendall, how can I help you?
So, I've been living in this mobile home park for about 8 years now.
Yes, sir.
I believe about 2 years after I moved in, it was purchased by another company. And I'm trying to sell the place now, and they're telling me that I have to remove one of my sheds, the utility shed, and I'm just wondering about grandfather laws.
Well, I don't even know what you mean by grandfathering laws. I get the gist of what you're saying, and any advice I give you, by the way, is not going to be legal advice, but I'll be happy to share what I would do. You know, if they truly want you to get rid of it, if you're not under a lease that basically says you can have it or says you can't have it, you're probably are going to have to get rid of it in order to sell it.
Because, I mean, all the previous management that was there before this new company, they gave their approval.
Is it in such bad shape, Kendall? Let's try to really help you. Is it in such bad shape they want it torn down? Why do they want it gone?
I'm not positive, but they say you're only allowed to have 2 sheds on the property.
Okay. How long have you had multiple sheds?
For at least the 7 of the 8 years that I've lived there.
Now, if you stay there, hold on, though, I want to understand this. If you stay there, you can keep the shed, but if you sell the place, you got to get rid of it, or both?
I would have to say if I stay there, then they're not going to say nothing about it. But
yeah,
I'm trying to sell the place, and they want to say that I need to get rid of it.
Well, why do you care then? Let's go to the real thing. Why do you give a crap if you're not going to be the one living there? Is it just a hassle to get rid of it?
I haven't tried yet, but I figured, you know, selling the place with the garage and the shed. And
yeah, in my opinion, you're just going to have to do whatever they say. I mean, they're being nice enough to let you keep it. They simply don't want they don't want you setting a precedent for every new person moving in, going, hey, he's got 3 and he just moved here. Now I want to put up a 3rd. I mean, you can see what they're doing. Just get rid of the shed.
It is kind of large.
Yeah, okay, so it's coming down to it's a pain in the ass to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if how would you get Clint? My God, Clint's done everything. How many sheds have you gotten rid of?
I've had 2 big ones, and I had no problem selling them. They show up with big stuff and moved them.
So if you get rid of everything in there, if you put it on Craigslist under the free stuff, you'd probably get rid of it real quick. I mean, is it so? Can you take a picture of it? If you take a picture of it with your phone, Suzanne will give you an email or a text to send it to. We'll put a picture of it up and see if anybody wants to come get it. Sound good?
Yeah, I mean, it's in great condition.
Well, that's it. Then take a picture of it. If we can find someone to come get it, are you willing to give it away? But they take it down and get rid of it.
Possibly. I mean, it's going to still be quite a few months before we actually move.
Okay,
we're moving to Arizona.
All right, so listen, Kendall. I gave you a couple options there. You decide what you want to do. Suzanne, pick up 4 if he wants to give the information, and send us a picture. I'll be happy to do that. You know, he wants to keep it for a few months. But to answer your question, I don't think you have, you know, a rock to stand on or anything else. Hey, how did you guys remember? This made me think of this. Tom and I were talking about A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y, and then whatever weird school he went to said, and sometimes W. But I was thinking about that. When you guys are in school and learn north, south, east, west, how do you remember that?
Never eat shredded wheat.
News.
News. Oh, N-E-W-S. Mine was never eat soggy waffles.
Well, news doesn't work.
Yeah, what the hell's news? Never eat west. What are you doing over there?
Northeast, west, south.
God,
N-E-W-S. That's why they call it news.
I thought Tom went to a weird school. She went to some really weird school.
Did you never figure that out, that N-E-W-S, news, it's all of the directions?
Yeah, but it's northeast, west, south. It doesn't even make sense. Clint, does that make sense? It makes about as much sense as A-E-I-O-U, sometimes Y, and sometimes W.
But I was taught that, too, in school.
I've had people from down south that refer to up south and down north, so you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get that. The planets was the one I always thought was harder to remember.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, I did have a question for David Salisbury. We had an email question. David, I appreciate you coming on. Let me ask you something. Are people legally obligated to leave property to their kids? Let's say they hate their kids and don't want to leave it. Do they have to leave it to their children? And let's bring it another step. This emailer also wants to know if they only want to leave it to their biological kid but not their stepchild. Is there any legal obligation?
Mark, in this state, the only person that you have to leave something to if you don't have a prenuptial agreement is your spouse. You don't have to leave a dime to any of your kids if you don't want to.
Period.
Sadly, Mark, this comes up a lot because there are families that don't get along. There are kids who the parents haven't heard from for 20 years, or they are bad actors, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and they don't want to leave anything to them. I will tell you that when I do exclude them, I put something very, very clear in bold letters in the will that it is their intent not to leave them anything.
So you know
they can't come back at a later time and say, "Oh, it was just a mistake. They must have forgotten us." This way, it's very, very clear.
Well, I'm going to have them call you. And, David, I try to stress this to the audience as often as possible. Suzanne and I use you. Tom uses you. You're doing a trust for us, a trust for Tom. But you do wills, probate, you do everything. What I really love about how you do it, and you're very unique as an attorney in this fashion, you give people, you talk to them up front and say, okay, to do this will, to do this trust, to do whatever, after you get all the information at no charge, then you tell them exactly how much you're going to charge them. That's it. It's like a la carte. You don't go by the hour, and I love that from you, David. And I appreciate you coming on with short notice like that, man.
Oh, not a problem, Mark. And, you know, as I always say, I love it when you run the show.
You know what was funny?
With all due respect to Martino, you do it very, very well.
Well, I've got no comment on that, but thank you. But I've got to say something. I have never laughed so hard in studio. I was sitting here, you were sitting where Deputy Dan's sitting right now, and this woman called up, and she was watching us on Facebook like we have every day. And when she said, "Boy, that David is the most handsome man I ever saw," I about fell over. She cracked me up. I'm still laughing about it. David Salisbury, everyone, thank you, David. And anything you need, I promise you, he's the best out there. Wills, probate. You know, when someone dies, it happens suddenly. You're going to have questions. David Salisbury. If you're a young couple, old couple, you need a will, David Salisbury. 720-493-3911. 720-493-3911. Drew, let's take a break real quick. Do I got to do a spot right now? No, I'm good. Ah, beautiful. We'll be right back. I promise Ruth is getting bombarded with robocalls. Larry, you've been holding forever. You're next, Larry, I promise. And then Dan, still there, still trying to poke the bear.
This report is...
I love Salisbury.
Maybe he's not poking the bear. Maybe he's for you.
But it doesn't matter. It's still poking the bear.
When my wife's younger brother didn't want to leave anything to his kids, the attorney down in New Mexico told us to leave each one $100. That way they were named, they received something.
That's what he was saying, though, but he actually lists them as $0.
Zero, yeah.
But he lists them just in case they come back.
Yes, that's exactly the thing he said, because they said that they will contest a will and say he forgot me, because I know, he said they'll get in half the time.
My kids are going to hate our trust. Well, if something did, first of all, both of us would have to be dead, so it's extremely rare.
Because you left it to me.
Because Dan gets everything.
Well, that's not the trust.
No, it's certain ages is when they'll
kick in,
get stuff.
Yeah,
that's the will, not the trust.
Well, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
No. We have a trust. We don't even have.
That's a trust.
Yeah,
trust could be set up that way too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
My dad has
the trust just everything. We had to sign everything over, every fucking bank account, every piece of property.
Oh, yeah,
everything goes into the name of the trust.
And you know something you have to check? The county, we had to go back and put stuff back in the name of the trust 3 times. The county somehow, it'd be in the name of the trust, and the next year it was back out again.
Robin called Mary Ann.
I don't know.
Thinks she turned her voicemail off because it just rings and rings, no answer.
Yeah, that's what they do. They don't do anything. I have the corporate number.
That's right. We'll fucking hit it every day.
Oh,
We'll hit it every day.
They can't even leave a message, huh?
I guess not.
I have another property management company that's ignored this guy's hole in the ceiling forever.
Oh, I got to get to updates.
Yeah, I got a couple of, and then if I have chance.
Dan, you got any updates?
I got to read some really good information on these moving companies.
I'd love to get Rudy on.
Oh, let's do that tomorrow. We'll start calling around.
Guy from Colorado Public Utility Commission, some really good information he gave me about these moving companies. People always get the driver's phone number and the PUC number off the truck. They can track where the truck's at. If it went through the weight station, they can find out where the truck is if you have the PUC number.
I can call the other guy that had the other.
I want the update.
From Rudy?
I want to know. Oh, you know what we can do? Let's run him through. Let's run him through the system.
Do a
Oh.
background check?
Or go and see where they're arrested. Somebody said that they were arrested and we never.
What's the name?
I got it all downstairs.
Okay, well, I'll do a background check when we get done. How is NEWS any different than never eat soggy
It's not
waffles?
north, south, east, west. God, I'm still arguing with Daphne about news. It's not north, south, east, west. News. It's supposed to be north, south, east, west.
Never eat soggy waffles is not in order.
My very
It's
eager
north,
mother.
south, and never north. Never eat. What are you talking about? You're killing me.
SW.
Snooze. All right, listen, Centeno Schultz, here's the real deal. You want to talk about real companies? Don't go to these chiropractors, and the chiropractors love when I say this and love when Tom says it. You know, on a side note, chiropractors are unbelievable. When they get bored, they start doing something else. So the latest thing is they all say they sell stem cells. Well, guess what? You can't ship living stem cells. They die. And if you do different things to them, the FDA's got to approve it, which costs millions of dollars. The only way to get real stem cell therapy, live stem cells, is not from some chiropractor in their back office with some lady they hired to shoot you in the foot when your shoulder hurts. It doesn't work that way. You go to Centeno Schultz. They actually get the stem cells from you, from your bone marrow. Then they do their magic back in their lab right there, then inject them to where you need them, like your shoulder, like your knee. It's real live stem cells. It's real therapy. In fact, he was pretty much the pioneer, Centeno, in the country when it comes to real stem cells. The first stem cell doc in the country. He's had 14,000 patients in his database. If you want real stem cells, I'm going to make this really easy. If I give you the website, we got to tell them to get a different website. It's CentenoSchultz.com, but that's a tough one. I mean, it really is. So call them up, schedule an appointment. They'll talk to you for free. They'll tell you if stem cells can help you out if you're a candidate for them. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. Larry, what the heck is a letter from Unison? Larry, you're up, sir. All right. Suzanne, when you find him, I'll be happy to go back to him. Dan, what is your comment? It says here you have a comment on day laborers in the city of Aurora, sir.
Yeah, I do. I tried to bring it up a couple times, and I've been called racist. And what it is on Dayton and Colfax, the city of Aurora was going to build a building and buy a parking lot because it's too dangerous for 30 to 40 day laborers out there on the street. And I said, they get $20 cash an hour. They don't get checks. They don't pay taxes.
Oh, my God. They do get $20. That's what a day laborer you pay now?
$25 an hour.
I might tell my kid to go be a day laborer.
Yeah.
Hell, I might sign up.
Yeah, and I make like 20, so I'm paying of the $160 a day I make and the $160 they make, I pay my 25% tax is $40 a day.
But Dan, why don't you just go do the day labor? Then you won't.
Well, I don't like standing out in the street.
Oh,
and I'm
fair enough.
So what it equals out to is about $800 a month. And
so what's your comment though? They don't pay taxes because they're day laborers.
Taxes, but the city of Aurora used my tax money to buy a building, which they have up now with chairs and seats in it and outside and a parking lot.
Well, my God, Denver's got it. Well, hold on though, Dan. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Finish. All right. Now, my problem isn't really that. It is, I saw something yesterday that upset me, but when I drove by there, somebody was doing something. But this is my point. If somebody picks up one of these guys, and they go to work for a family, and that family doesn't know where these people came from, they think it's an employee of the guy they hired.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, this guy that they picked up on Colfax and Dayton, which is, this neighborhood isn't that good.
Dan,
so
what's your point, though?
If that guy does something bad, like rape or murders that person, the City of Aurora Police Department comes to the owner of that contractor and says, I need to know about this guy. Well, if that guy says, hey, I picked him up at a City of Aurora building on Dayton that they paid for to house these guys, so I don't really know anything about him, but the City of Aurora has a building that they came out of. Now, is my tax dollars...
Dan, I don't even understand what you're asking. What are you asking?
If the City of Aurora has made a building for him to stay in, they built a parking lot for him to stand in.
Yes.
When they come up and pick up a day laborer.
Yes.
When they go do a job. And
okay, let's try to put it in phrase it as a question. Like, let's pretend we're playing Jeopardy. In fact, Drew, line up Jeopardy in the background. I mean, my God, maybe that'll clue him in.
If a day laborer is coming out of a city building.
Yes.
And they do harm on a homeowner.
On a person, yes.
On a person, and they find out they came out of a city building.
Yes.
Is the city responsible for that person?
Well, most cities have what's called governmental immunity, and there's different ways you could actually sue a city, but it's not easy. So I'm not an attorney, but in a nutshell, most likely not. Let me throw it around on something that's not day laborers. Something I disagree with is in Denver. Apparently, I don't know if they have done it yet, but they're talking about, or have already done, setting up these places where you can go get not only clean needles and shoot up your heroin, but literally shoot up your heroin right there. That's illegal. I don't believe you should be able to shoot up heroin in a nice, comfy environment. I find it just unbelievable.
Well,
I don't even understand it.
This is why I brought up the point. When I drove by there yesterday, I saw some guys smoking out of a glass pipe, and the way they were burning it, it wasn't pot. And so I'm wondering, now, if that person is coming out of your building and they're working as day labor.
Yeah, we're revisiting the same question. I dropped him. Suzanne, I don't even understand what he's asking. Honest to God, he said he just wanted to make a point. Okay, day laborers smoke crack. Okay, possibly they do.
The property they're on, the City of Aurora owns.
Yeah.
And he's like, how does the City of Aurora allow this? But maybe I misunderstood.
Same with Denver and that whole needle thing. How about just the old-fashioned, most cities have a needle exchange. I don't even know how fancy these places are. I envision it like you grab your heroin out front. You walk in, you can't get arrested because it's a safety zone, man. Welcome to the safety zone. I wonder if they have HBO here. Let me sit down and band up and take a hit. I find it obscure. I think you want to get these people off drugs. I can even understand not sharing needles and giving out needles. But, my God, to give them a place to shoot up, I just don't get it.
Under supervision, too, yeah.
Oh, wow, Alvin has court in an hour. Alvin, what's going on?
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
It's going good, man.
Hey, so I got a court today for my license. They took my license because they said I went 1 point over for the year, even though you get back points.
What is it, like 12, 13 points? How many points is it?
12. It's 12, but I guess I lost 13.
Man, you gotta learn how to abide. You're a scofflaw. You got to learn how to drive, man. But Alvin, how can I help you, sir?
So I got caught today because I tried to do, you know how they do to get a restricted license, and then, I don't know, it's like this young kid was on doing it, but I was talking to him about it, so he go, I'm not going to give you a restricted license because I guess back in 1990 he said I had one for a few months and I got a ticket while I had it. So he's like, well, I guess you didn't learn, so I'm not going to give you a restricted
Alvin,
license.
I'm gonna borrow something I said before. Let's put this in a phrase of a question. How can I help you, Alvin?
So I got caught today, and I want to know what can I do about it because I appealed it, but they appealed it not to court, the big court, so I got to go to
Well, you're going to show up and plead your case. I mean, if you didn't hire an attorney, you should have called Joseph A. Lazaire if you had, if you had any money, you wanted to hire an attorney. If you don't, you're going to go in and plead your case.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I didn't have the money. That's why I didn't. I mean, they
I understand.
Attorney, so how can I fight an attorney in court?
If you don't have enough money for an attorney and you don't have a job, they will usually, but here's the deal. People don't realize, Clint, that you got to fill out, I asked Clint because he was a deputy sheriff for a while. People don't realize you got to fill out quite a bit of paperwork in order to get a free attorney or to get a public defender.
Right. I mean, I'm working. I have a job.
Do you have a family, Alvin?
I'm the only one. Not that they all live back east someplace.
If you
I don't know. I've been on my own since I was like 14. So I don't know what my family's at.
If you can afford an attorney, or maybe talk to Joseph A. Lazera. I mean, I don't know how much he charges for different things like this, but maybe in an hour you could ask the judge for a continuance while you try to get an attorney, or tell the judge, I can't afford an attorney. I don't make a lot of money. What can I do to get representation?
Okay.
But, I mean, other than that, my God, you're waiting. Talk about waiting to do that last three-point throw. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess he's saying, you know, like when you feel you go to court, you can ask for a restricted license there. But I figure, you know, do I just ask for it, or do I try to, you know?
Alvin, when you go to court, if you can show you're supporting a family, you need a license for your job to support somebody, take pictures of them. You know, that's the kind of stuff that helps.
Plead your case, man.
Right. Okay.
I mean, that's the best you can do. If you don't have an attorney and they won't grant or you don't ask for a continuance, you're going to have to do something. The best you can do is tell the judge exactly what's up, man, and try to get the best outcome you can possibly get.
Right. Okay.
All right? Good luck, Alvin. Why don't you do me a favor? Call me back tomorrow. Let me know how it went if you're not in the Hooskow there.
Okay.
Will you do that?
Then, yeah, maybe I'll try to call Joel Reserve before I go and see if he...
I'm going to put you on hold. Suzanne will give you his number. I don't have it up right here, but I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. He'll talk to you on the phone. Hold tight. I think that's a great idea. Let's see if Joe can at least give him a little advice over the phone. I mean, he's not going to be able to hire him with an hour to go. At least I don't think so. I don't know. 303-713-8255. Art of Granite, Mitch Floria. I always do this. I do trivia because he's the only guy I know. He comes to America in 2003. He's the owner of Art of Granite. $300 in his pocket. Imagine how scary that would be. No family, no friends. He lands in New York City. He takes a bus here to Denver and started working with a granite fabricator here. Well, long story short, he starts Art of Granite in 2005. They've been around almost 15 years now. He's an American citizen now. He's married. He's got 3 children. It's really the American dream, and that's why I love him. He's been out to our house numerous times. He helped us with our kitchen. He did our entire upstairs bathroom. He did our entire new laundry room. His work is unbelievable. His guys are great. You can take photos of your kitchen or bath right now, and you can send them or email them to him. You can go to artofgranite.net. The phone number is 303-386-5919. But you can take pictures and email him, then call him up, and he can give you a pretty good ballpark with you never even have to leave your house. He's got an awesome showroom. He's got the best stone around. He's Mitch Floria, and he owns Art of Granite. It's artofgranite.net. One more time, the phone number, 303-386-5919.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Family on the truck that sent a picture.
Yeah.
That, if you go into court, if he's got a family supporting him, you take a picture. Well, I know. And so he's going to have a hard time. He has no job. Why does he need to restrict the license?
He says he has a job.
He has a job.
Oh, he does have a job. No.
Yeah.
Tinnitus.
Oh, that's the biggest thing, and I'm sure he might be able to drive.
If you got something like a ringing we could play, like the ringing in the ear. And then just come back with the ringing, and then I'll do the commercial with the ringing. IG report, text from will stop Trump from becoming president. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, they were all...
Of course, on CNN, and what it's going to say is...
Yeah, let's see what CNN...
Look at all these lies. Yeah. These weren't real text. They were texting about Obama. They were going to stop Obama.
They're all in trouble.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
But like I say, like Comey, I just don't understand why he did what he did.
Comey made a serious error.
He's a lawyer. And I know
they have been trying not to let this be released. Oh my gosh.
Talk about draining the sewer.
Oh, see, CNN says Justice Watchdog finds FBI director broke from norms in Clinton email investigation.
And then he wrote up the letter before he even interviewed Clinton. Didn't put Clinton under oath. when he interviewed her.
Wrote up an
And that's
exoneration.
how they usually get them.
Yeah.
Is because they lied to the FBI. But
That's how they got Martha Stewart.
Yes, yes.
She was innocent of the insider trading thing. They got her on a line about
And
it.
it just has to be a terrible, it could be a lie that, where were you on Sunday, or I was at church, and you weren't finding out.
Let's do that. So come back, no music, play that a couple times,
You
and then
know,
I'll do the commercial.
Writing the exoneration letter, was it 3 weeks or something that before they interviewed her? That was a huge error in judgment.
Well, I wonder if anything will come out about the meeting on the tarmac with Bill.
What the hell's the name of the company?
What's her name?
Oh, yeah, with
The Attorney General.
yeah, AG.
What is it, Colorado Tinnitus?
Democratic Senator Comey hurt Hillary Clinton's campaign and helped Donald Trump's.
That would have been real awkward.
Now, he heard it at the end, but he didn't at the... I tell you, you listen to Pelosi. Holy cow.
There is something wrong with her.
Oh, absolutely.
Like she's...
Her and Maxine Waters both are just...
Maxine Waters is just stupid. Pelosi has, I think, partial dementia or...
Yeah, yeah, I pick up on some...
Maxine Waters is just dumb. She's dumber than... Yeah.
Dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she comes out with stuff that's, Maxine, that's just so outrageous, nobody.
She's the one that said that no justice, no peace during the...
Do you hear that? I hear that.
You know what that is? That could be your ears ringing. If you're hearing this, you might need to call, you guessed it, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Okay, this did not go off flawless. I had this idea I was going to play Ringing in the Ears.
It's a video game.
But if you do, in all seriousness, God, what was that, Pac-Man? I mean, Donkey Kong?
I said he's too young to know what ringing in the ears is.
Jeez.
What's a phone ringer? Come on now.
I said to Drew, find Ringing in the Ears, and that's what I get. So anyhow, in all seriousness, Tom suffers from tinnitus, and a lot of people do. If it's something you've suffered with for a long time, Dr. Patty, Dr. Lisa, they have new treatments that can possibly get rid of it once and for all. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa are great. The other thing is, if you haven't had your hearing checked or your hearing aids checked in a while, go in there. These guys are great. They have top-of-the-line stuff. They have affordable stuff. And once again, if you have that ringing in your ears, there's a chance that some of this, I think it's Desincra is what Tom does, but there's some new stuff out there that really can change your life forever and get rid of that ringing. But call up. It doesn't hurt to call up and see if you're a good candidate. And once again, if you don't hear very well and you haven't changed your hearing aids or don't know if you need them, call them up, man. They have got some top-notch stuff you can never see. People have no idea you're wearing them. They're Bluetooth controlled. They're just top of the line. You got to give these guys a call. 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. Helpforringing.com. And don't forget, you can always find them on our referral list, our new fast, extremely fast referral list at referrallist.com. By the way, I still know there's some bugs there. Yes, Suzanne, you want me to go to 3? 4! Dick, what's going on, sir?
Yeah, Mark. Hey,
yes,
thanks
sir.
for taking my call.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you for holding so long.
Make it a short story. On the
Anytime I hear someone say that, Dick, just to say this, it never fails. It's a long story. But I want to see if you can do it. Do it.
Okay. We purchased a timeshare on the 22nd of May and of this year.
Where is it?
We definitely want to get out of it.
Where is it and what is it? Like what group is it? Like the Hilton or the Marriott? What is it?
It's blue-green.
Blue-green, and where is the property?
The little piece that it just runs on points. The little piece of land that I got the deed for is I think it's in California.
God, why'd you buy it if you don't even know where it is? I don't understand.
Well, they have them all over the place, and it's not like you get a timeshare and you go to...
Let's do this. I want to see if Michael Finn on our referral list at referrallist.com. Michael is our attorney when it comes to getting out of timeshares. And what I like about Michael compared to some of the other bigger companies like Timeshare Exit Team, he's not an agitator. Well, maybe he is an agitator, but he's not an aggregator, meaning you're the actual attorney that works on this stuff, right, Michael?
That is absolutely correct. And our methodology is a little bit different. We basically look for legal reasons to force the developer to take the property back because there's no real secondary market. There's no resale market for this kind of thing.
It's almost unconscionable if you really look at it, in my opinion.
I think it is. That's certainly my opinion as well.
Blue-green, have you heard of these characters?
Oh, sure. I happen to be vacationing in Tennessee right now, and there's so many blue-green properties around here you could shake a stick at them.
Oh, my God. How successful or not successful, here's what I like about Michael, everybody. He's going to tell me a real answer. How successful have you been at getting people out of blue-green contracts or agreements or whatever?
So we are extremely successful at that. We've been doing this for over 7 years now, and we've litigated with Blue Green. Blue Green knows us very well.
Excellent.
They don't love us, but they respect us.
Oh, wow. You've actually litigated and won?
Yes, we litigated and won a case where over 11,000 people had foreclosures deleted from their credit report.
Oh, my God. Dick, you've got to call Michael on this. I'm going to give you his number. You ready, man?
Yes, sir.
He's out of Florida, and there's a reason for that, but he's on our referral list, and everybody I've had go and use him have loved him. Simple as that. And, you know, on yours, he's dealt with this company before. But, Michael, if it's a company that you're not getting anywhere with, you're the first to tell people, right?
That's absolutely right. If there's no reason to have an unhappy client
that's right.
that you can't do anything for.
I love
we
this
are
philosophy.
licensed attorneys.
Yeah.
And we have a license to lose.
They're not lead generators.
That's right. So
Michael, I get it. I think everybody listening's get it. If you want to get out of a timeshare, Dick, his number is 855. It's toll-free. 855-346-6529. 855-346-6529. Michael, I appreciate it, man. Dick, give him a call, all right?
Yeah, thank you very much. And also, coincidentally, Blue Green is stationed in Florida, so, you know, it's right in his backyard.
Yeah,
so
but he does it everywhere, I promise you. All right, thank you, guys.
That's why we're here, too. That's exactly right.
Okay, very good, very good. Dick, call back when he gets you out of it and give us all an update. 303-713-8255. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Carrie, a $900 water bill? I don't even know what to say. What did you, like, leave the hose running? What happened, Carrie?
Nothing. It's for my daughter, actually. She just moved into a new place. It's a little 2-bedroom house.
Okay.
Same property manager that she had before was renting a different house for. For the entire year at the other house, it was 2 months was $60. She lives all by herself. It's the same size house, everything. She just moved in June 1st. And they say that her water bill from June 1st to now, the 14th, is $900. That she's used all this water. She lives by herself.
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. What's the meter say? Do you think they're reading the meter wrong? Do you think the water was left on?
They don't want to listen to anything. They say that they put in a new meter and that it's electronic and that the water went through the meter.
Who's the water company?
I'm not exactly sure. I have a number and stuff. She's actually in Ohio. And she's over there. She's by herself and everything. So I'm trying to help her out because she just keeps calling.
Carrie, we have contacts. We have contacts with local warranty companies. We call them angels, and we would put in a request for them to look at it. And if it was valid, they get rid of it. But here's what I think we can do. Deputy Daff, I want you to take this one, at least call up the water company and try to get justification of the $900. I mean, I can't even imagine why it would be $900.
I know. That's what
broken water line.
I would have floated away by now. That much water in 14 days, I would have floated away.
That is
I would have been gone. It would have been running all over. And they're just like, well, it went through the meter. That's all we can tell you. And then her property manager is like, well, I can't pay a $900 water bill. You need to pay it.
All right.
She's like, I didn't use the water. She wasn't even home the weekend, the first weekend.
But there could have been something. There could have been a line broken that she was responsible for, but you would think she would have seen the water somewhere. But listen. You've got Deputy Daff on it. She's going to call up. You know, whether or not we can get rid of the water bill, I have no idea because I don't know if it's valid. But by the time Daff digs into it, we'll figure out what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. We've got to get information, so don't hang up. 303-713-8255, one of my favorite companies. In fact, tomorrow's car day, by the way. Who's in tomorrow, Suzanne? Is Al in tomorrow? She's answering the phone. I wonder, I think Kevin dang it, I can't think of who's in tomorrow, but we got a lot of stuff going on. We're also going to do updates. We're going to hopefully get through to that apartment complex that's kicking out the 73-year-old woman for, my opinion, no reason. Besides, I mean, she was never late on her rent or anything, but no reason. By the way, I've had numerous people on Facebook and email saying they're calling those numbers. Now they don't even go to voicemail. So hopefully they're actually calling their attorney at this point and coming up with their written response of why they're kicking out the 73-year-old lady, because I'd really like to hear that, who's always paid on time.
On time.
On time. That's the, and they offered to re-sign a lease for 12 months, but she didn't sign it and get it back in time, although her other lease didn't expire until when, Dan?
Oh, I think it, no, I think it did.
This month?
She was on month to month.
Okay.
Right now, after, it was April when she got that letter.
It's 73-year-old lady, Clint. I mean, it's crazy. In fact, if you go on our referral list Facebook, you can see the post and see the YouTube video. But Alaramas Pro Auto Care, check this out. Ah, man, he gets mad at me when I do this sometimes, so I can't get too aggressive. God, I don't even know what to do. He gives me the power to do different things. So, Suzanne, text Al this. Here's what we're going to do. Everybody needs an oil change at some point. And he's going to put new wiper blades on. And he's going to rotate your tires. He's cussing my name right now. So think about this. Oil change, semi-synthetic oil. Okay? If you need full synthetic or diesel, it's going to be different. But this is most cars. Ready? $24.95. Here's what he's going to do. Someone's got to text him for me. Full oil change, rotate tires, vehicle inspection, top off all the fluids, windshield washer fluids, any fluids under the hood, and new wiper blades. $24.95. But first 6 callers only. First 6 callers. He's got multiple locations. When you call 303 Pro Auto, you can choose what location is close to you. You can visit 303 Pro Auto. But Al's great. His kids work down there. He's been in business like 25, 30 years. He's great. He's great. He's great. They'll take care of you. They got great pricing. They can do everything the dealer does. They got the best warranty out there. Free roadside assistance. Free roadside assistance with that $24.95 deal. Okay, so last time, I promise, Drew's looking at me like, hurry up. He's going to kill me. Al's going to kill me. $24.95. Wiper blades, oil change, tire rotate, top off all fluids, including, of course, the windshield washer fluid, and that can be $3 or $4 at Walmart, and free roadside assistance. Oh, my goodness. 303 Pro Auto.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
There's a couple of extreme slow spots in the high.
She's off the phone. Make sure she texts that to Al, please. He does get pissed when I do that sometimes.
I just paid that.
He tells me, do whatever you want, and then I hear, oh, my God.
He's here tomorrow.
Yeah, but 24 is so cheap.
I paid that much for a pair of wiper blades, and I paid more than that for a 5-gallon or 5-quart jug of oil.
And then you got to throw in the labor. A tire rotation at Walmart's $14 or $20.
So she, you know what she should really do on the water, Daff? Tell her, do a bucket test. Get a 5-gallon bucket, pour it in there, and she should be able to see in the meter how much it filled.
Well, so she called, her daughter called and said, what's it running now? And it's back to normal.
Well, something happened then.
Yeah.
The water company is going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
If a pipe broke, she would have known it.
Yeah. Well,
she could have kept the hose on.
Now it's back to what she was paying before.
But she still owes $900.
No.
Well, and that's what they told her. But I need to
You'll
call.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Here's the problem: you got a daughter bugging mom for $900 for this, and we don't even know if that's real. She just might need the $900.
Well, she doesn't even know the name of the water company, so I'll call and get the name of the water company, and then I'll go through the media relations and see if
I think if it's back to normal, it's not even going to be an issue.
The leak didn't fix itself.
Can you do this, Dan?
Yeah. Oh yeah, broken.
Oh, it's actually better if I can do it. Mine's rubbery. More rubber.
Mine's really
rubber.
You are so juvenile. Yeah, do I have one more? Oh, Raleigh House.
Yep.
Oh, and one clear choice.
So those meters are pretty accurate because I did a 5-gallon bucket test.
Actually, I got one clear choice too.
Bad thing happens, you look down the meter pit and it's spinning like hell and you don't have anything turned on.
Well, you should hear something.
I think it flowed pretty good for fucking 20 spots.
We've had a couple broken water lines over the years. My sister...
I just said it flowed very well.
My sister's farm, we didn't know we had an underground leak because she had a...
$24.95 first 5 or 6 callers. $24.95 wiper blades, oil change, tire rotate.
That's where the thing broke.
Roadside assistance.
Filling the irrigation ditch, so nobody knew. And
so where's the meter?
I think Alaramis is cussing my name right now.
1,000-foot line
texting
straight to the house.
So if they don't know about that special yet, he will soon. That's only the first 5
callers. Hey, One Clear Choice Garage, by the way, great people. In fact, they're giving me a bid right now on 2 garage doors for a steel building. You know, tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit about steel buildings because I swear to God, the industry in itself is just the craziest industry ever. I feel like they're used car salespeople, minus them hanging out front with cigarettes asking if they can help. It's really weird, but I'll talk about that. And I've dealt now with probably 6 different steel building companies and still haven't made a decision. It's really amazing. It's an amazing industry, and I'll give you a insider's look into it if you've ever think of getting a steel building. But One Clear Choice, they're going to quote me on some doors for it, and they have great pricing on all kinds of garage doors, whether it's commercial, residential. But the one thing they've done for me numerous times now is sell me a LiftMaster opener. They've got the 8355 MyQ technology. You know, you can add the internet gateway. It's built in with the battery backup, the time to close feature. Installed $333 for a brand new opener. At your house installed. Give them a call right now to take advantage of that. 303-565-6409. And you know what? I'm going to plead guilty. Drew's looking at me. You know, I got to do one more commercial. It's one of the serious ones, so you really need to listen to this. But Tom and I got together with the Raleigh House and came up with a phone number. If anybody in your life is an addict and you don't know how to talk to them about getting into treatment, that's what this number's for. There's lots of triggers that can cause different kinds of addictions, different kinds of problems. But these guys are medically based. They do the blood work, the nutritions, the supplements. They do all the behavior stuff, the psychological. They do environmental. They do individual stuff. They do group stuff. They bring in the family and friends. They're real help. But more importantly, if there is an addict in your life, they will help you. Talk to them. Here's the number we set up, 720-893-5559. They're going to be in studio soon. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to talk to them about that Denver needle deal next time he's in as well, because I'm curious what they think about it, because they deal with addicts all the time. But the Raleigh House, anybody in your life, whether it's your kid, wife, anybody, if you want to learn to talk to an addict, 720-893-5559. And, of course, if you're looking for help for yourself as well, Ruth says she's getting bombarded with robocalls. What are they saying, Ruth?
Hey, it's actually for my daughter. It's her cell phone, and, you know, it's her only phone.
Yeah.
But actually, it is verbal, it's text, and robos.
What are they selling, or what are they asking? Is
all
it like
kinds of things?
Oh, like she ended up on some list for everybody.
Yeah, and I have a list here that she sent me so I could tell you.
You mean the different phone numbers?
Oh, yeah. And see, every time they call, she puts that number on a block. So they call with new ones. There's from Texas, New York, Denver, Allen's Park.
Unfortunately, Ruth,
unknown.
There's not much you can do about it. In fact, I'll tell you how bad it is. Martino himself has been getting them now for the last 4 or 5 days, about every hour. And the funniest part is when he looks at it and he goes, God, I know this is going to be one of those calls. I'm not going to answer it. Then it rings again, and he does answer it just in case it's somebody he knows. And sure enough, it's a robocall. I can't say the words that come out of his mouth after that happens on the air, but it is very entertaining for me to watch.
Yeah. Well, it's just so irritating because
you block them, they come up from another one. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Ruth,
it's just continually the same, or, you know, they keep...
Dan, let's do this.
The same people, because they keep telling it...
Ruth, hold on.
Ashwani.
Ruth, hold on. I'm going to put Deputy Dan on this, and here's what I mean. all I want you to do, Deputy Dan, is some research overnight. Is there any apps you can download that block these? Is there any way? I don't know of anything, Ruth, but tune in tomorrow. If we find some, we're going to tell you, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. And hold on, let's get her info just in case. But let's do that, Deputy Dan. See if you can find something.
Okay.
And we could test it on Tom's, because that's what he did. He blocks it, and then he sees another number come in. And it's so funny because he knows it's going to be it, but he still gets conned into answering it. It is a horrible deal. All right, we're going to have lots of updates tomorrow. Give me a little tease there. It's Car Friday, too. Clint, what kind of updates tomorrow? What are we working on? And then Deputy Dan, remember Rudy and the Denver Custom, I don't want to say it wrong, what is it?
Denver Custom Food Truck.
Denver Custom Food Truck. This guy, in my opinion, is the biggest scumbag in the food truck industry. We've got an update on him that you're not going to believe tomorrow. Clint, what are you working on, sir?
Another property management company that can't manage property.
Oh, man.
And some good advice for people that are moving.
Oh, I bet you're going to say don't get him off the internet. We'll see what he's got to say about that tomorrow. We've had a couple people got stung just this last week on moving. We'll recap those. Daphne, what are you working on? I know you're trying to help out our 73-year-old woman getting kicked out with the people that refuse to call us back with their written statement from the attorney, and that's City Center Station in Aurora. And by the way, you can call them at this number, but they don't even have an answering machine anymore. I don't know why, but 303-368-5908. I just want to know why. I might stop by there again for a statement today. They asked me to leave pretty quick last time, but oh, man, maybe I should send somebody else. I don't know.
I'll keep on it.
Just anything else you're working on?
Nope.
We're gonna put you to work tomorrow then.
All
Come
right.
hell or high water, you're gonna recoup some cash tomorrow.
There you go.
All right, folks, listen. I love you. Tom loves you. We want to help you, and we thank you for listening. We also thank you for making this the most successful show that we know of. 303-713-8255. 303 Martino works on and off the air. Live at Troubleshooter.com. Time.
I do not want to forget to go grab your wallet. Can I have your car key real quick?
Everything that goes up here.
You're not leaving, are you?
Not right this second, but I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I'm going out to Mark's car, then I'm bringing him his key back, and then I got to get my...
I just need to get some...
You're heading out?
Good show. Thank you.
Yeah.
phone numbers.
Everybody.
Oh, I got
I need that key.
I just...
Susan, did you say you're leaving? Yes, I got to run out to the car first. Okay, I got your email. I saw.
I'll get it from you.
I know you need that one guy's number,
That's
right?
it. That's all I need.
I know. Okay.
I might... You feel like going to that